What's up?
What's going on?
Much. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. What y'all got up for today?
Uh, maybe a couple spots. I know Kiera brother said he doing a barbecue or something, so we gonna stop by there. And then
Is
one
that
of her,
Lance? What, do you have to go to Lansing?
nah, he his girlfriend stays out in Roseville, so we ain't got to go too far. We was in Lansing yesterday, so um, and then one of her sorority sisters said she doing something at Metro Park, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, stop by there. Maybe we'll see. I really don't feel like doing nothing, so what you got up? You going to the your parents' house?
So our cousin Lucky has like a barbecue at his house in Belleville, basically every year for Memorial Day. But I got a pickup from the airport at 2:15, and I have to take them to Beverly Hills. My
Oh,
cousin's barbecue is in Belleville.
that.
It's
What time do the barbecue start? Because it
it
could
starts
help
at
you.
2.
Oh yeah, nope.
It starts. See, so on talk to me dressed. I'm like, wait, I could possibly show up early. I don't know if that's gonna work because I don't know. Everybody ain't gonna be there or whatever.
Right.
Draw, I'm telling you, from the airport run from Romulus, mind you, leaving my house,
Yeah.
Romulus, Beverly Hills. I don't know if I got it in
No,
me to
I feel you.
to go
Yeah,
back.
I feel you.
I've been thinking all day too, because he want like the younger cousins to show up.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, I want to go. Don't get me. I actually want to go. I want some
yeah.
barbecue. But the moment I get to Beverly Hills, the
Nah,
thought of
that's
hiking
far.
back to
Nah, people
Belleville,
don't. If y'all, whoever listening, you don't realize that's far. Like that's that. Like, so,
bro, I'm like, how can I? Literally, all since yesterday, I'm like, how can I legitimately make this work? I'm like, I don't know how. I
yeah,
don't know how. Because you literally basically going right back after
yeah.
leaving around it because Belleville's right there, and it's like,
It's essentially like you making two trips to the airport. Like
yeah,
so, like
precisely, precisely. It's like, bro, I want barbecue. Like that. That's basically all I want for the holiday. Like I didn't
yeah.
see the family and all that, but at the cost of going back to Belleville, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe something inspires me. But right, like, exactly like you said, it's basically two airport trips.
Yeah,
What's up, Drew?
was
What's up,
good.
boy? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. We're good then.
Is this your first time recording in a new spot?
Yeah, I'm trying to get used to it.
Nice.
Trying
How
to
you
get
liking
all
it so
the.
far?
Not bad. It smells good down here, so it's by the laundry room, so
Okay. Drew,
can't complain.
we were just talking about what we're doing for the day or what maybe be our plans for the day. What you got for the day? Y'all doing anything?
We're going to a fair a little later, kind of like
Ooh,
a mile or two away from us, and then just cooking out later. Nothing crazy. We went to the
okay.
zoo yesterday. I haven't been
How
there,
was that?
and I haven't been there in 14 years, so it was cool. It was fun.
Detroit Zoo in
Yeah.
Royal Oak.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I still for it to be Detroit Zoo and to be in a Royal Oak, that always kind of
The Oak Park
like
Zoo.
a part of me always confuses me. But how was it? I
It was
did see
cool. Yeah.
they had like a zoo after dark event. I kind of was
Oh, yeah, we
interested
were
in.
there. We were there during the day and everything. They opened
Okay.
up like God, I can't remember the numbers. Like I want to say $7 million. It might have been more. Like a new attraction there for kids. It's like a
Hmm.
big playground area, kind of. But
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, they got that. It's like one, two, three. It's like four playgrounds all kind of connected in there.
Did y'all
Um,
pet the stingrays?
no, dude. So it's $2 to get in. It's $2 extra to get into there, and then an extra dollar to feed them and stuff. So that's where they get you, you know.
I gotta pay to feed Joe. Yeah, man,
And
what?
there was a 30-minute wait, so I'm good.
That 30-minute wait probably would have taught.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not waiting 30 minutes for that.
B Sanger was in town, so he was with his wife and daughter. So we went with him and a couple others.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That sounds dope as
yeah.
hell.
I haven't seen him in 2 years or something like that because he moved to Florida. So it was good to see him. Good day.
How's he doing?
Doing pretty well, you know. Just raising a little 9-month-old girl, so I was giving him
Man,
tips and everything, you know.
all y'all girl dads, man. That's a beautiful
No, it
thing.
was fun just to catch up and just hang, pretty much.
So what's it like? Last question. What's it like hanging with the bro? But like y'all hanging now, it's really just y'all parenting on
Didn't
like
skip a beat, brother. Not at all. Like it's like when we hang out with Gerard, the same thing. It's like
It's the same.
a kid's just there as well, you know.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's super dope, man.
Yeah,
Well,
it was
glad you had
cool.
a great time.
Yeah, it was a good day. What was the polar bear exhibit, man? We all wanted to shed a tear for those guys. They looked so depressed there. Like
Bro, they're
one
too
was just
massive for
too
that
massive.
small little
It's too
area.
hot out here, and they like one was just pacing back and forth, like panting. Like, bro, hop in the water or something. Like,
Honestly, every time I've gone, they've either had them put up because it's actually been like a legitimately hot day.
oh yeah, yeah,
They'll like be wherever inside, but
Mhm.
basically not on display. And it's like
yeah,
you walk by the little area and you like, bro, that's not enough for them, man. Like,
at
I
all.
feel bad. You know they not enjoying it. Like
Mhm.
it's captivity, so like you there to enjoy yourself, but you like, damn, part of me feel bad because
Yeah.
this ain't enough room for them whatsoever.
My favorite animals there yesterday were the rhinos, man. Those things are cool. Just massive fucking creatures. Like, me and Sanger were just like, bro, 1,000 men couldn't stop these things. Like,
No, no,
those things
not a
are
rhino. A
modern
rhino is
day
quite literally
dinosaurs,
a tank.
damn near.
A rhino is literally a tank.
Yeah, oh yeah. And it has, like, they have, like, toys in the yard for them, pretty much. Like, big drum barrels and stuff for them to, like, knock over and shit. I'm like, man, just imagine even, like, they're playing around in roughhouse and will just kill somebody. Like, it's crazy.
Yep. And then when they get into the wild, now the thing they do to keep them safe is to literally cut down the horn on their nose.
Shave
So
it down,
poachers don't
kind
come
of.
after them. It's like,
Gotcha.
damn, they gotta get deformed just so motherfuckers leave them alone in the wild.
Yeah,
Like,
because then somebody gonna try them and they gonna get
Yep.
their ass whooped. Like
yeah.
Listen,
it's
all
just
those
like,
animals shouldn't be there. I'm just gonna say
grand
that.
opening, grand closing. Like,
Yeah.
Speaking of grand opening, Phil was supposed to come yesterday, but we got there early enough, and then they started turning people away at one point because it was like it was
it
the
was
grand
full?
opening of that new attraction area, pretty much.
Oh,
So yeah,
damn.
but inside the park, everyone's pretty spaced out. We didn't have a problem seeing anything, so it was a good day.
I don't think I went to the zoo since like maybe before COVID or around COVID when it first started.
I feel like
But
I was
the thing
in middle school or high school last time I went.
The thing
Yeah,
I
I
remember most is when there was peacocks. There was
Mhm.
literally peacocks
Yep.
roaming around as if they was just part of the people. Like
Still are.
they had little like metal things on their legs, I think. But you could randomly just be chilling and a peacock literally walk right next to you and do their little strut. It's like, bro, I do not remember peacocks just being able to be like out and about just doing their thing, but that was legit. Your mic. I think it might have went out, Drew.
I said they're very cool creatures, peacock.
I think your mic is out, Drew.
Can you hear that at
I
all?
can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. No, I was saying peacocks are just pretty cool creatures.
100%.
Yeah,
But no, it sounds like you had a good time, man.
yeah, it's a good day, and looking forward to getting an elephant ear later today. So
I love elephant ears. Like,
yeah,
I literally will go to like the fair that you're going to. I would literally go to a fair just to get an elephant ear.
that's why
Like,
Mariah goes.
I feel it. I feel it 100% because I love elephant ears, man.
We went to
Nothing
one a couple years ago, me and Bones and Dre and a couple others, where they started like doctoring up the elephant ears, like putting like whipped toppings on them, cherries,
Mhm.
strawberries, man.
That point, I almost feel like that's where you lose me. Like I'm a plain
Just straight.
like sugar powder. Like
Yep.
that's all I need. I
That's
don't
good
need all
too. That's
I
a good
don't need all
time.
the fancy stuff. But I get it.
Yeah.
I feel like I see baby girl.
Oh, yeah, we see her.
Hey Cassidy.
just say hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Bye.
make me some food.
Hey, bud.
Why y'all get quiet? Right?
Wait, I thought you were about to say something.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to.
Just had to reel her in because she'll try to take over. And now her favorite thing is to talk about the government. So
Whoa, whoa. What does she know that we don't?
Wait, how did we get to that?
I don't,
How did this
I
get
don't know.
started?
She be watching it's a show called FGTV on Amazon Prime, and the dude be playing like video games. And so like in one of the video games, I guess like it's a dude that's like agent running from the government or something like that. And apparently that caught Cassidy's attention. So now she
Boy.
like all she do is talk about the government. Like the government did this, the government.
That's funny as hell.
Say she better watch out. They might be onto her.
Right, yeah. Kiera's brothers was over here last weekend, and it was her first time seeing one of her uncles, and so she was just talking, just yapping like she usually do, and then she broke out that shit about the government. I was like, now you gonna have this nigga going back to Atlanta talking about, yeah, my youngest niece, I don't know, she is a conspiracy theorist, like.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, I can get into the Did You Knows. Drew, did you have any nuggets before I got started?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. Well, Drake's Iceman debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 460K units sold. It will mark his milestone 15th number 1 album. And then he made the Billboard 200 history as the first artist to debut 3 albums at number 1, 2, and 3 in the same week. So Iceman sold 460. Habibti sold 114K, and then Maid of Honor sold 109K. Total activity is 683,000K. Speaking of numbers, Michael Jackson recaptured the throne of Billboard's top R&B and hip-hop albums the week before, returning number 1 on the list dated on May 16th. It's the first week atop of the list since 1984, when Thriller earned 62,000 equivalent album units in the U.S. during the tracing week of May 1st through May 7th. The album improved 36% from the week prior, with the total units sold of 45,000. It's just crazy to me to see a guy have a number 1 movie and a number 1 album 40-something years after it originally came out. Like,
Yeah.
the movie, by the way, I did see it. Highly recommend. Can't wait until you guys eventually see it. Thought it was crazy. Japan or China, I think it's Japan, is just now able to see the movie, and I saw in masses they was dressed up like Mike, excited to see it, and the movie almost has 800,000 from the box office in like 3 or 4 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
Jeez.
already the number 1 biopic of all time. Like, it's incredible, man. But I really thought the movie was inspiring. Like, it does a great job showing how Mike had the vision he had. And it just, man, it's beautiful to see. So Roy Ayers dropped Everybody Loves the Sunshine 50 years ago, a song that's been sampled by Dr. Dre,
shit.
Mary J. Blige, Common, Pete Rock, and interpolated by dozens more. It's also probably the closest that anyone has ever gotten to a song that makes the exact sounds of Warm Sunshine. Don't know how they did it, but when you listen to it, you quite literally think you're outside. Chris Brown's Brown debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 with 67,000 units sold first week. Thoughts on that? Does that number surprise y'all?
That's kind of low.
No, I'm not surprised.
I thought it was a little low, but I mean, I don't think he's bothered by that too much. I think
with his tours and the way he sells out, I thought at least 150. I feel like that's minimum. I feel
I was expecting somewhere near 100, maybe 90 to 100K, but 67 just seemed a little low. And I feel like even some of his fans, like, I know he said he wasn't bothered by the comments and whatnot, but I think even his fans maybe expected a bit more. But I mean, they still gonna show up at his next concert, so I don't think he hurting too bad.
right.
I wasn't surprised because of the feedback of the album. Like, as soon as things drops on stream at midnight, everybody get to critiquing it. And immediately from the jump, everybody was like, you know what I'm saying? They were disappointed. So I didn't think as the week went on, more people would listen to it. So that's why I wasn't surprised. Like, it didn't matter if who the person is. If you don't get like great recommendations, nobody's gonna listen to it. So I wasn't surprised. But he's gonna go on tour. We'll see how some of the songs play out while he's performing. because on his Instagram he already said he has 3 songs from the album that he's gonna add into his tour, added to the other 25 from his yeah, his
Damn.
career. So we'll see how it play out, and I think it's gonna play out the same way that I felt about Bruno Mars. Like the song, we didn't initially love the album, like hearing it, but when I went to the tour, the song sound way better in the mix with everything else. Like, so I think Chris is gonna do the same thing.
You made 2 points that I think are great foreshadowing for later, but definitely people listen or there's like an immediate shock value, I guess, or like I don't know, we just can't sit with anything anymore. Like
Right.
in general, I don't know if it's from like I think we definitely are more, I don't know, likely to have some form of ADHD was just how all the algorithms go and how, we don't want to sit with anything, but between that and I do think Bruno Mars, like as time goes on, I know there's albums or projects where it's like, oh, this could have been a little less. But when we go back to the Bruno Mars,
Yeah.
it wasn't, what was it, 10 songs? I think
Yeah.
over 30 minutes. But even that was like, less isn't always more because all of us wanted more from Bruno Mars. But I just feel between watching the Michael Jackson movie and the albums that have dropped lately, I really have been thinking more about like, damn, why can't we just sit with an album? Like, we hear something, it's like immediately has to be really good or really
Yeah.
bad. Like, it's not okay to say, I want to
Because
sit with it a little more.
we got too many options at the tip of our fingers, so before you had to be intentional. You had to go to the record store. You had to, FYE had those headphones. You had to listen to the album to realize, and then you had to buy it, purchase it with real money, and walk out
Yeah,
of that store. You made an investment, right? Now, if it's right in front of your face, you don't have to invest that much. You don't really have to take no time out. You can listen to something whenever the fuck you feel like it. So
yeah.
you don't really
But
have to.
wouldn't that almost push you to be like, okay, I can sit with it, or because I have it at my fingertips, I can listen to it at midnight,
Yeah,
chill,
it can go
wake up
both
the next
ways though.
day.
Like you can get the best of both worlds with that beat. You can say, "Oh, I have time to sit with something to make like educated uh reduction or whatever I'm listening to, right?" Or you can just breeze by it as many times as you want to, and it becomes passive listening. Like you're not listening to the intricate things about the album. It's just playing, and you could keep pushing that button over and over again. So like you get the best of both worlds with that, and so it's hard to like really determine what's good and what's bad, you know, because like I said, at midnight something dropped. At 12:30, somebody telling you whether it's classic or it's trash. So
Classic.
like so
30
Well,
minutes
yeah.
in.
to piggyback off that too, we're in the age. I mean, we've been in the age for a while. Everyone wants those clicks, man. Everyone wants those
Yeah.
likes and retweets. So like, if you're the first to say it's good, you're gonna get a couple hundred
But
people
yep.
liking it. And if you're a couple days late, you're gonna get no love. So,
Right.
but real quick, I just looked at the Graffiti album by Chris Brown because I was curious about that first week. That first week opened up with 102,000, and that was '09 with like physical sales. So technically, that did better than this one.
I mean, I'm not surprised, like we said, based on the thoughts everybody had. And I think Chris Brown is in this special place where it's like, obviously he's great, but I've seen flashes of like, I don't want to say ego because I think all artists at that level have ego, but like when Bad Bunny performed at the Super Bowl, he like went out his way to say, I should have performed at the Super Bowl, which
Yeah.
on one hand I feel him, but at the same time it's like, bro, I don't think that was necessarily the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see him show love to Bad Bunny, say it was great, X, Y, and Z, say like I'm next. It was more like almost like laughing, almost like not impressive. It should have been me. That was the first thing where I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with that, Chris Brown, which I think he would be good on a national stage like that, performing X, Y, and Z. But like, let Bad Bunny have his moment is more so the energy I had.
Yeah.
But then when he saw the feedback, a lot of people were saying from his album, he basically posted an energy like, I don't give an F. My fans viewed it, or long as my fans love it. And it's like, initially he said he appreciates the criticism, and that's what art is, and X, Y, and Z. But like, when you immediately go to, I don't care what you guys have to say, it's like, I don't know. I just didn't like the energy. I think Chris Brown would be better if he went about it a more humble way, I guess. But again, how do you tell somebody that big as an artist to be more humble? I don't know. Maybe that's just my view, but between seeing him react to that Super Bowl performance, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that humility we talk about with locking in with the producer, like it's all kind of on the same level, and I just would love to see that from Chris Brown, but
Yeah.
that's just
I
me.
also don't think he spends enough money in marketing. Like I think Chris
That's
just
a fair
puts shit
point.
out, and then as you'll see a lot with his record sales, it's a slow burn. Like it's never huge big first week sales. It's always like continuous sales. So I think that we got to watch and see if it continues to like sell like records. So he
Mm-hmm.
might do 67,000 this week. Does he do 50 next, or does he do 40? Does he do 20? Like continuous like sales, and see how that happens. But
That's funny,
as far
Gerard,
as
because that graffiti album I just looked at, it said it went gold eventually 10 years later in 2019.
see, yeah,
So,
yeah, and then like it's always a million records on his album. So
yeah.
I don't know. I would be interested to learn from him what is his expectations of the albums, like not just initial first week sales, but what do you hope to get out of this? Do you hope to get like two big singles that you can tour with
Mm-hmm.
consistently? If your like business model is just specifically touring and merch, then your albums essentially are the catalyst for that. So you don't really need to sell a bunch of records because he owns his record label and everything anyway. So the publishing, all of that comes to him anyway. So whatever he gets from that side, he gonna get anyway. But if it's to add to like, all right, I like to tour 300 days out the year, then am I going to be able to get something that helps me continue to tour like that? I would love to know that aspect of it. So,
That's probably his strategy because I mean he literally just went on that huge stadium tour last year. And then they announced the Chris Brown and Usher tour, so it's like okay, kind of back to back energy is how I felt. But that would make sense why you're not, I don't know, spending the time for this amazing album
right.
if you can get like you said 3 4 more songs to already add on to.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean he's probably not going to fill the amount of time slot that he filled when he did the previous tour because he's splitting it
Right.
with Usher. So it's like
Yep.
okay, handful of classics, handful of contemporary songs. Add these 3 or 4 songs so nobody can say it's the same as my last
Right.
tour. And that's really all you need. Like, so I'm not mad at that, but I don't know. I would love to get I don't know, essentially what we all talked about when we reviewed the album. I thought it was going to be a concise R&B
Yeah.
classic, timepiece by Chris Brown, and it wasn't that. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I feel like we all said the same thing when it came to Chris Brown. So
Yeah.
I guess those are my final thoughts. So just a few more nuggets here. I have Ice Cube and Mike Epps last Friday, officially dropping spring 2027. Written by Ice Cube and Aaron McCruger, the creator of the Boondocks. The plot will apparently deal with Craig and Day Day dealing with gentrification of the neighborhood.
That's
So
gonna be
looking
good.
forward to that.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I have Netflix announced that The Breakfast Club, the influential iHeartMedia morning show hosted by Charlemagne the God, DJ Envy, and Jess Hilarious, will stream live on Netflix every weekday starting June 1st. I've been seeing a lot of podcasts kind of make their way to Netflix. So the fact that Netflix is not only just doing the live podcasting now, or I guess radio show now, but shout out to the Breakfast Club, man. That's huge. I don't necessarily listen or watch it often, but I know the staple that it is. I think that's just exciting for all of them to be able to make that jump with the platform. So
I think it's a new business model that Netflix is trying to pivot to become the new talk show.
yeah,
Terrestrial TV is, aging out as we all see. Streaming is king right now. I think Netflix was like, all right, you know how it used to be the Wendy Williams show, Sally Jesse Raphael, all of them,
Breaking Ray.
podcasts, yeah, Ricky Lake, all of the podcasts are that now, so Netflix are saying like, okay, on radio, the Breakfast Club is getting all these ratings. Now let's put a camera in front of them and put them on our streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
We can get kill two birds with one stone essentially. So I'm interested to see how this works out. I seen Joe Budden do something similar with his podcast, but from the independent standpoint, where he was just releasing. He's not signed to a major podcasting company. He's independently produces. So now he's releasing a lot of his episodes through his Patreon. and see how that business model works to a paywall to see if the amount of customers that you used to service pause like still come to the Patreon and still listen to the podcast and see if that works. That's essentially the same thing Netflix is doing with the Breakfast Club. So we'll see how it works.
I like that. And I find it funny because it's more of these podcasts go to Netflix. You can't find them on YouTube or like check out their clips. So it's like, damn, you actually really, if you want to be loyal to that show,
you either got to listen to it in the morning or you got to go to Netflix.
Go to Netflix. So I think Rob Lowe, it's a sports podcast, but he apparently went to Netflix. So I didn't realize it until I literally couldn't find any of his stuff on Netflix anymore. It's like, damn, where's that? So he made the move to Netflix, and it's like, okay, so gotta invest, I guess, if you want to follow the people. But that's all
I'm interested to see how it works out. You know, this is interesting. You know, I want to see. So
I agree. So yeah, that's all the notes that I had for Did You Know? Did you guys, anybody else have anything? Drew, did you have any nuggets?
I don't think so. I saw it a couple weeks ago when the Workaholics podcast was on Netflix. Now I'm like, this is really weird. Like,
they're on there too.
Yeah, they're on there. It's just, I don't know. For me, I like personally listening better than watching people talk. So
I agree with that. I feel like it's easier to consume.
Yeah,
you have to be more intentional when you like go to Netflix and listen to that. So,
right.
I think that's the difference. But as I mentioned, I'm trying to get more intentional because I find myself getting annoyed by, like, for example, I'm a little ahead of talking about it, but I've started watching a show called Shogun, or Shogun, I think is how you pronounce it. But like, it's obviously there's a lot of foreign speaking, so you have to read the subtitles. And it's like, you can't just bullshit on your phone. You mess around, be on your phone 5 minutes,
miss a whole bunch of shit. Right?
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of so I literally have gotten used to like putting my phone to the side, watching, reading. Okay, cool. Force myself not to be distracted. When I walk Maverick, a lot of times I'll leave my phone behind just so I can have those 30 minutes to, again, not be on my phone, to be out in nature. Like, I don't know what it is, but as we get older, it's like, dude, I don't just want to be like coasting or always distracted. Like, no, like we need to get away from our phones or from said distractions sometimes. So, but all that to say, the idea of watching a podcast, Drew, I do agree. I think it's easier to listen to it sometimes, especially with driving. But I don't know. I like you said, drive the business model and seeing what comes from it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let's get into what we've listened to, watched, and or played. Quick question, Drew. Do you plan to purchase Lego Batman at all?
Oh, yeah. It looks amazing. I can't wait.
For whatever reason, a lot of my boys was talking about getting that game.
Dude.
They ain't never talked about it, but the gameplay does look amazing. Yeah. So I think I fell asleep. I was like trying to find on YouTube just gameplay. It looked fun as hell. I can't lie to you. I cannot lie to you. So
I watched a video on it the other day where they literally took old scenes from like the 1960s Batman, the one with like Jack Nicholson, the one with Michael Keaton. They took like parts of every little bit of those and put it in it.
I think CJ just bought it. I think CJ.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna ask him.
Dude,
I think that's what he was, because he was grifting. You know, the other day, I didn't know what the fuck he was trying to campaigning for. But
Lego,
I think that's
Batman, it's out.
Right.
I even saw in the fighting scenes, they got the classic, like, wham, like, in color. That shit looks amazing.
Yeah.
And they got a Batmobile I saw that my man's was driving, so.
If you never played the Arkham games, too, it plays just like it, where, like, you have to grapple around the city. The way you fight, like, he's got, like, a sensor around his head that tells you if it's, like, a heavy attack, a light attack, and it's the same exact thing as those games, so they really did everything that fans could want in a game. So I'm going to get it eventually.
Was incredible, by the way.
Incredible.
Half the time I just was driving the Batmobile, but it was a very impressive.
Yeah, and this one you can drive, like, every single Batmobile they've ever had, pretty much. Like,
Bro,
they really did it all. Yeah.
It looks fire. And the movies, by the way, have always been impressive to me. Super funny. Adults can watch it and have a great time.
Tomorrow, the new James Bond games comes out, and I've been dying to play that because it's from the people who made Hitman. So I'm very excited.
That shit in the previews and the trailer looked amazing. Man, no,
send me that trailer. I don't know. I might be.
I will.
I might have to get into that. I might have to get into that. Yeah.
No, and they like the fact that they allow you to play that in multiple ways, like you can be stealthy, you can be,
Yeah.
or you just go in and say fuck it, guns blazing. Like it's multiple ways you can play the same game. And I love that.
Draw, not to mention it's a James Bond. He's like year 1 or 2 like into his career.
See,
so
nah,
it's a
yeah,
super
that's-
young James. So
yep,
something
yeah.
they've never done before.
And you
Yeah.
get to go into the school, like learn new moves, play
Yeah.
with new gadgets and shit.
I'm putting the
Oh,
little video in the chat right now.
Because I need something else. Like, I don't know.
What have you been playing,
I'm definitely
Madden?
at that point. I'm definitely at that
Yeah,
point.
like Madden is kind of wearing down on me. So, and I
You
mean,
need
the new
something
Madden
new.
comes out in August. So,
Yeah.
you know, we always get gassed up to be let down for that. But you know, for years I said I was like, didn't I tell you? I was like, when the new Grand Theft Auto comes out, I'm gonna play GTA 6 with
Dude.
y'all, and it
Yeah.
got pushed back 10 years. Now I don't know. I don't know.
Man, it's definitely that point.
Bro.
Like,
The nice thing
2K
is, oh, go ahead. My bad.
no, I was just gonna say, like 2K, man, all those games have almost like an expiration date. So when
Yeah.
they get old and you're in that lull between waiting for the new one and tired of the old one, you definitely need that new game where it's like, bro, I don't know what that game is for me. Like,
Yeah.
I was looking at motherfucking Farm Simulator, like, damn, so I'm bored as shit, dude. Like, man.
The nice thing about GTA, I know it's been pushed back so many times, but like it's gonna be the week before Thanksgiving, so we got all Thanksgiving break. You got a couple weeks of work, and then it's back to Christmas break. So everybody's gonna be on that whole stretch right then and there.
Apparently, they're making it to where, and this is a rumor, but apparently they're making it where you can do the co-op like with other people or the story mode co-op.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, can you imagine? Because online, I think it's supposed to drop the month after the game officially releases. But if you can play co-op in GTA with people
Yeah.
that you know, come on, bro. I
incredible.
cannot wait. Cannot wait. And
I
then
mean-
the new FC is going to be like open world. They've never done that before. I don't know if you guys play FIFA, but that should be different as well. I don't know if it's going to be a pro or a con.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was about to be. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I like to see that.
While we're talking about games, I don't know if you guys have seen NBA The Run. That comes out next month. It's like
Looking
the
at NBA
old
Street?
yeah, it's like the people,
Yeah.
the developers who made NBA Street went off and did this now. So like, bro, I'm dying to play that right now.
And that game is apparently going to be $29.99.
Yeah.
Oh,
Games
Thank
are
you.
in a great space.
thank God.
right
Right.
now. Let me tell you.
Not an indicator, because
Yeah.
Lord Jesus, we need some relief somewhere. I promise you.
It looks fun as hell, bro.
Bro,
Like,
it does. Like, we literally need a fun, like, arcade. That's the thing, is games allow you to do more. It's like, yeah, we can do more, but,
Yeah.
like, what's still the meat and potatoes of this game?
Yeah.
Like, fun is still what everybody goes to play video games for.
hmm
A lot of these games are turned too damn stressful. Like, Call of Duty. Look, hey,
Man.
I'm man enough to admit when I think my time to pass me up between all the
Hey,
cheaters,
they be fucking you up.
bro, dry. I stopped playing that game out of stress because, like, again, this supposed to be fun. Why am I sitting here, my heartbeat racing?
wanting to
like,
slam your controller down.
slam your control, my blood pressure get high. This supposed to be for fun. This supposed to be enjoyment. Nah, bro. The demons that be on Call of Duty, I promise you.
Man.
I think my time that came and went. I've never been a really good Duty player, but like, bro,
There was a time where we were back
bro,
in the day. We were.
movement, Drew, the movement on that game.
Oh, I
like,
know. They fucked it up all years ago with that
You
shit.
could tell. Drew, you still there?
We might have lost them.
Drew, can you
Damn.
hear us?
Dang, as soon as we locked in.
Man. Oh my
Whew.
goodness. Well, I know we finished talking on Call of Duty. Drew, can you hear us?
Yeah, it lagged for a second.
Okay.
I'm back.
No, you good.
I was gonna say, while we're talking about games, I might as well tell you guys I've been playing this game called Mouse PI for Hire. It's like you're like an old mouse detective in like the in the 30s. But the
Stuart
whole
Little.
game, it's a first-person shooter, but the whole game's in black and white. It's really cool. I've
That's
never played
funny.
a game like it in my life. Like,
Is it similar to like LA Noir?
way different. Like, it's a
Okay.
shooter game. It's like playing Doom or something like that. You're just fast-paced, got to keep moving, got to keep switching weapons, and
With the mouse? I gotta see
with the
that.
mouse, it's so weird, man. I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but like, I can't put the game down right now. I've been hooked on it.
How did you hear about that game?
There's a PlayStation podcast I listened to, and they were
Remember you
all
told
over
me
it.
about
Yeah,
that.
they were all over it for a bit. So I was like, yeah, might as well try it out. And my buddy, he bought it. We game share, so whatever he buys, I can play. Whatever I buy, he can play. So he bought it, and I was like, let's try it out. And like I said, I can't put it down right now.
Well, I love that for you because I
Yeah.
need a game right now where I feel like everything I'm playing, I'm like, bro, you know how you get excited to play a video game, you go to load up, and you're like,
I don't want to play
immediately
this shit.
yeah, the excitement's like, bro, I don't even want to play. Like, all this shit is boring. What should I fucking play? That's literally been me for like the last week or two.
Bro,
Like,
there's been usually I try and game at least an hour every night, and then this weekend and then this week I was going to bed around 9:30, 10:30. Like we said, falling asleep in the fourth quarter of games. Like I
have
can't
not
stay up.
So yesterday I was awake, but I was out and about downtown.
Yeah.
And saw that OKC got popped, and it's like, bro, I have yet to see a fourth quarter of any of these games, like one way or another. This shit is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in and out of watching that game last night. I was gaming on that mouse game instead of doing that shit. Like,
Bro, one of the places we went to was playing fucking Die Hard, like one of the movies, literally.
that's funny.
Instead of playing the game, I'm like, well, that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
It's meant to be seen. Oh man, but that was one of the best video games talks we've had in quite some time.
I
so
agree.
Makes me feel a lot better. But let's get into what we've listened to. Obviously, Drake, Iceman, Drew. I've been waiting to discuss this with you.
I bet you have.
All right, let me mute. Let me mute up. Let me mute up.
Oh
real
boy.
quick.
Why, you don't want to miss anything for when you hear it?
I honestly
I'm
feel
joking.
like the way I listened to it, I was asleep. I was planning to listen to it at midnight, but so I woke up at 2 a.m. to not only Iceman dropping, but then finding out about the surprise 2 other albums. Had no idea. So my first 2 listens, I think I told you, Drew, I listened on my headphones at 2 a.m, and honestly, I feel like it's one of the best ways I could have listened.
Yeah.
Like, you hear certain things with the headphone. Like, if I'd have listened on my phone, I don't think I'd have been able to hear it, especially production-wise. But the first time I listened to it, and I kind of said this already, but I almost had like that with J. Cole, or what Gerard had mentioned with J. Cole, where he listened to it and was like, I mean, it's okay. So then I listened to it again, and I feel like my second listen helped me understand certain things. But the first time I listened to it, I'm like, it's okay, but again, talking about that rushing to judge X, Y, and Z, like, I literally just sat with it. I'm like, I don't feel either way. I don't feel like it's a classic. I don't feel like it's trash. I just
No
wanna listen to
skips,
it.
no skips.
Right. I'm like, I literally just want to listen to it. So I listened to it the second time. I'm like, okay, some of the thoughts I had after the first time, I'm like, so I'll start with the intro. The intro I thought was exactly what I feel like everybody, whether you like Drake or not, like
Classic
everybody
Drake
wants
intro.
serious- Yeah, classic Drake. I thought we got that. But in my opinion, when you go from that intro to Dust, that's where I'm like, I wasn't a fan of Dust. I felt
agree.
like Dust, specifically after you get the intro, where not only is it a classic intro, but there was some I feel like depth in the intro we hadn't heard in a bit, and then it immediately goes to Dust, and you feel like, damn, is this kind of like the same shit we've been hearing? But then after you get past Dust, it's like, okay, I started to really enjoy. I feel like if he would have did a direct transition from the intro to Whisper My Name, I feel like I would have loved that way more than what we actually got. But I've listened to it. I've sat with it. I enjoy it. I think I remember when we had listened to or reviewed some Sexy Songs for You.
Yeah.
And we talked about, damn, he ain't even really talk about, and I was telling y'all, look, the next project of his, I really want to hear about some shit he had to go through. And I feel like, personally, with me, with Iceman, you get the sense that the last 2 years, as far as the beginning of the album, really was kind of shitty for him. Like, there wasn't no, in my opinion, I don't think he faked like I don't lose X, Y, and Z. Like, he straight up tells you, like, this is how the last 2 years have been. I personally, I didn't know why 40 kind of fell back. He talks about it. Like, I appreciate that. He's like, look, when I'm going through some shit, 40 not trying to hear the shit, essentially alluding to a lot of yes man being around him, and 40 kind of stepped back. He said, like, yo, look, I know I got to talk about more than the bitches and money. Like, basically admitting what him and 40 have talked about. So it's like, oh, okay, it's nice to hear that. But I feel like ultimately everything I kind of wanted to hear from Drake after the beef, after the 2 years, I got, and I appreciated that. And there was more depth and I feel like less of the bullshit. Like for example, the song with 21 Savage. I appreciate the fact that 21 just was on the hook. I didn't need to hear another 21 verse, and I feel like a lot of people probably felt like that. Like
I feel like he wasn't even needed at all on that song.
I could agree with that,
Yeah.
and I mean it's a lot. Like, and I feel like I appreciate myself because I'm not just gonna listen to a Drake project and be like, bro, everything's amazing. There's some stuff I definitely would have changed. Bees on the Table is the song we're talking about, but Run to Atlanta or Ran to Atlanta,
Man.
that's the song where, to me, when you hear Future and Drake are going to be back together on a project, that ain't really the song. Transparently, I'm like, bro.
What's the song they had together like a couple years ago where it's like the same style too, where they switch up the beat for Future?
Grammys?
Yeah, was it that one? Hold on.
Either Grammys or Too Sexy is another one. I mean, it's very similar in structure.
Was it called Grammys?
To me, it reminded me of Grammys, which was on Views, where you have
no, it was like its own single. Life is Good.
I like that song.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going for on this for a minute, because the beat switches up and Future comes on, but like you don't get anything close to what that song was. Life is Good is 10 times better than that. Like,
and I feel like Life is Good. It had like a lead up to the beat switch. Like, Future was talking, then you get the beat switch.
Yep.
With this one, it just beat switch, and you got Future rapping. It's like, bro, I mean, this is straight, but it ain't what I expected for it. And it could be rusty, could be X-minded, but I don't know. I think that ultimately just made Future honestly look kind of bad.
It did. It really did.
I don't think Drake need a Future, and I feel like Future being on. Mind you, apparently he's stating he didn't know that the verse with Kendrick was going to be on the song with like that. And it's like, bro,
yeah,
I don't know if I buy that either. It sounds like cap, but
he lying.
I was saying,
there's no way. The first time, like, I'm like, bro, that's weak as hell.
It's on your album, bro. Like, come on. Like,
it's on your album. If y'all remember from All the Dogs when he had what would Pluto do?
He knew.
Yeah.
He knew. Metro told
know.
him, like, he's full of shit. Him and Drake cool now, but like, stop, don't do that. Like, come on, man.
But when did they become cool? Is what I want to know. Because like,
I think after Young Thug got out of jail, Young Thug took it upon himself.
Thug said he talked to Pluto and told to Drake and said, y'all need to figure this out. He put it on Twitter, so they talked. And that's how you know it was probably about a girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing crazy. And I think the biggest issue was that Future was being loyal to Metro. And so that's what the biggest issue was. And Metro still don't fuck with Drake. So
I was gonna say he had a tweet when this came out. I was like, I'm not gonna give you guys an opinion or something like that.
Yeah. But
Metro still
Future,
I gotta wonder. Do you think Young Thug is a little hurt that he wasn't on the album?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they did records together, and it just probably didn't make it. So yeah.
That's fair.
I was gonna say, that Molly Santana's career can end faster than it began.
Bro, ever since I listened to the album, literally random songs of hers will be like suggested via Apple Music, and it's like, actually, I'm kind of good on this. Look,
that shit's trash, bro.
Just like Low Shimmy.
Yeah,
I keep having him. And some of my boys are huge fans of him, by the way.
Malcolm is, and Malcolm tried to put me on some. Oh my god, dude, I got to tell you this. So we listened to it was on Habibti, right, the one with him. So right when the song came on, I was like, Low Shimmy's on this song. I played the song right on cue. Malcolm did his ad lib. He's like, or something like that. Dude, I was crying, laughing. He was like, how did I know? How did I know that was about to happen?
Is that kudos or is that slander?
It was kudos. It was kudos to Malcolm because that shit was hilarious. He was like, every single song starts like this. He agrees. Bro. Like, he's got some hitters. He's got some that are kind of but I'm 50-50 on him still.
I tried to listen, and there's this chase where it's like, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Don Toliver.
A little bit,
So I try to lean in, and then I'm listening to songs like, you know what? Even Don Toliver ain't this fucking hard to understand, bro. Like, I get it. Like, the shade's there, and it's like part of me wants to enjoy it. Another part of me is like, B, you can lead us for the YNs. You don't have to enjoy everything.
I feel the same way, B.
I'm sure the youngsters love him, but so far, I personally can't get jiggy with it. So between him,
It's definitely smoking music. I will for Low
yes,
Shimmy.
yes, you
Yeah.
probably have to be under the influence to truly enjoy the energy he's giving. But no, I can go without.
Yeah.
But Molly Santana is like, bro. And the sad thing about Ranch Atlanta, the beat is actually fire. Like,
It's the best part of the song. Like,
I feel like
they wasted it.
A beat was truly wasted it, but
You know what I feel, B? I feel like we're gonna hear an artist like in the next few years, like, yeah, I had it in my hands and I passed on that beat or something like
I
that.
can easily see that. But it's just like, damn, bro, like you think, okay, Future, Drake, like to you when you listen to that song, does it sound like they were in the studio together?
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm like, bro, like, so wait, not only do y'all like join forces again, but I think it's pretty clear y'all wasn't in the same fucking
That's
studio.
what
like,
I mean, we've talked about it before on this pod. I'm just so sick of that shit. Like, dude, link up and see what you can create together. Like, you guys got money to go fly to each other. It's an hour, 2 hour flight. Like, it ain't nothing.
bro, I
like,
don't know.
Do
I
y'all
don't know.
think that it could have been old?
It could have been. It could have been. Because
Like,
there's no like
around
references in
around
that
the
track at
time
all.
Of Used to, where they made it.
Yeah, like when they made all
It
those
sounds-
songs.
It could have
It
been.
the
sounds
same
so
time.
similar though to when I don't think they made it when they made What a Time to Be Alive, but
No,
like
not that. I
like
think
y'all
it's.
said, it sounds like Used to. It sounds like
I feel
sounds a
they
little
could have
like
made it
Brandy.
3 or 4 years ago. That's how I feel.
I don't know, man. I was just when you hear Drake and Future linking
Because
back
when I
up.
heard it, like I said, I didn't listen to the album intentionally. People just been playing
Yeah.
it while I've been around.
Sure.
But no,
I'm
that
joking. I'm
ass,
joking.
that ass. Like, my cousin, like when we was in Lansing yesterday, my cousin put it on,
Yeah.
and she was like vibing, and I was just listening to the shit just because I knew we was recording, so I'm listening to see, and I was like, oh, okay. But when I listened to that song, I'm like, it felt dated,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like they had already recorded this before, and Drake just kept it. Like, hey, I
Yeah.
plan on using this at some point. Because I also
Definitely
haven't
did
seen Future explicitly talk about it. So,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I haven't, not in my timeline. I haven't seen him say anything. I haven't seen him say, listen to Ran to Atlanta, nothing like that. I haven't heard none of that.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
like,
He had
and
a
then to
tweet.
comparison, because we know Ran to Atlanta is a shot at with
Kendrick.
Dot said
Yeah.
on Not
Yeah.
Like Us. The Bay Area have said something about, yo, no, we fuck with Drake. He's, he does support us. But I haven't seen Future say this part of Drake, like, yo, yeah, Atlanta fucks with Drake. So I didn't see that in comparison. So that's why it made me feel like maybe it's dated, maybe it's old. So
I
He
think
put
it
out
could
a
be.
tweet. It wasn't necessarily about the song, but he said like me and Iceman bag or Iceman. It was something to the effects of Iceman and
okay,
being cool. But he didn't necessarily. I haven't seen anything specifically to your point saying run to Atlanta, or ran to Atlanta. Like I feel like honestly, it could have been an old song between Drake and Future to where Drake reached out to Molly Santana and maybe got an updated verse from her, put it all together.
right,
But
yeah,
I do appreciate Molly Santana made it known that Drake reached out apparently and wanted her to feature and asked how much. She was gonna do it for free or for the love, and he's like,
yeah,
no, like basically telling her like to move with a business purpose. I think she asked for 100K. He ended up giving 500K, but like I think that's important more than anything. Whether I like Molly Santana or as an artist, but like a lot of these artists will do stuff for the love, and ironically, something I'll probably touch on with Drake, but I think a big part of the beef with other people is once he decided I'm not doing stuff for the love, started to move in a business sense. I think personally that's what like the cease and desist with French Montana. I think
yeah,
that's ultimately what Rick Ross's true beef is. I don't think he'll admit that, but like as soon as the tables turned, it wasn't for the love, it was a business sense. I think that's when a lot of people switched up. But I love the fact that he made sure Molly Santana profited off of that in the right business way, because a lot of people don't move like that.
yeah. I'm
Uh,
gonna wait till y'all done because I have something to talk about that. But
you're good.
just keep going, keep talking about that one.
B, I was gonna say, we're kind of like going in order right now, like what we're talking. Do you like? Is it Janice? Shut the fuck up.
Janice, yeah, it's grown on me. Initially,
I'm not a
wasn't,
fan.
but the hook on that, man, is that's definitely a song that's grown on me.
Uh-huh.
But ultimately, I really like the intro, Make Them Cry. I wasn't
I
really a
did
fan
too.
of Dust. I
Yep.
love Whisper My Name.
Whispering
Initially,
on a Name kind of it's like an in-betweener for me with that one.
that's fair. Janice Shut the Fuck Up didn't necessarily like it originally, but now that it's definitely grown on me, which is again why I say to sit, chill with stuff sometimes. Ranch Atlanta, the beat's fire, but we already talked about the
Man.
song.
The thing I
But
hate, one
Shebang,
more thing about Randu Atlanta, I hate Drake's verse. I'm not gonna lie, like it's just he sounds like shit in it, and then like I said, the switch up with Future just sounds misplaced. Molly Santana is completely missed. I don't even know how you use her in this, but like the whole song's a mess to me. So like Janice, Shut the Fuck Up, Randu Atlanta, Shebang, I feel to me are the worst run on the album to me.
you don't like Shebang?
I think that's the worst song on the. Not, it's bottom 3 for me, dude. That shit. The way he's rapping is so shitty on that song. I'm
So
sorry.
that's
I
the one
know
would be the one I have to
people
put
love
that.
it. I know.
I think that song is fire. I
Ugh.
love that song. And then Make Them Pay, to me, I think that'll end up being
I like
probably
that
my
one.
favorite
Make Me Pay's
Drake
good.
song.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for the R&B samples in the back and the
Mhm.
verses. And again, between the intro, Make Them Pay, I think you're getting some of the best bars that you've seen from Drake in a long time. But Make Them Pay is going to be, to me, it's probably one of the best songs on the album me right now. But like I said, over time, I think it'll be one of my favorite Drake songs.
It's tracks like those that were missing from For All the
All the
Dogs.
dogs.
You know,
I agree.
like
'Cause
he
you only
had the
got
timestamp one, and that it felt like that was it.
You only got 8 a.m. in Charlotte,
Yeah.
but I think that's the cool thing about Iceman. You got a lot of almost
You do.
timestamp energy.
Yep.
So I think for people that's been looking for a rap album from Drake and to hear the bars that they're looking for, this is the album.
He's
I
definitely
feel-
rapping on it, which I respect. Because like I said, For All the Dogs just sounded like a piece of like a pop piece of shit. You know.
And I feel
Like-
I feel like a lot of that was catering to a younger audience.
youth,
That's why,
yeah.
like
Yep.
I didn't get that in this album.
No,
So,
I agree. He's definitely rapping on this album.
for sure. So where's that lead? Burning Bridges? How you feel about Burning Bridges?
I'm not a fan of that one. I didn't
Okay.
like that one. I do like National Treasures. That grew on me because
I like National Treasure.
once he starts rapping on that one, I'm like, okay, he's flowing on this track.
Agreed. And I don't think I actually added Burning Bridges. So Burning Bridges is another one. I mean, I'm not.
It was just meh.
Yeah,
you
when
know?
people slander it, I'm not dying from the hill. But I
I'm
do
glad.
enjoy National
I'm glad
Treasure.
so far you admit that there's a couple skips. Unlike I'm on Raw, I had to throw him on real quick.
Bro,
'cause-
that's the thing. Like, I'm just not that guy. For better or worse,
Oh.
I'm never gonna be an instant hater when somebody drops something. I'm gonna listen with intention.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see what their vision was. But I mean, people forget when we listened or when we talked about Honestly Nevermind. I legitimately said, bro, I'm not fucking with it. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not just gonna be that dude that's like blindly I'm fucking with anything that drops. So
Yeah.
when I see people saying there's no skips, I'm like, I mean, I think Dust pretty.
You know how hard it is for an album to have no skips these days? Like, I fucking loved, what's it called? Let
Be
God
Gone?
Sort 'Em Out. Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips. There's one skip on that album to me. And I was like,
There's a lot of
it's
people that say there's no skips on that one.
there's one to me. And it's,
What you skipping on there?
what is it? Let me go back. The one
Was it
with
with
Nas. Yeah. I'm not
Oh,
a fan
yeah.
of that track.
Okay, yeah,
Not
I'll
a
skip
fan.
that too.
Like,
Yeah, you're
they
right.
could have easily replaced that track with nothing and it would have been perfect.
Yeah,
But back to Drake's album real quick. I was never a fan of the single. What's the single be?
What I missed?
Yeah, I was never a fan of that song.
You know what's funny? Gerard was talking about something earlier. It was a song, and he mentioned the structure of an album. Oh, Bruno Mars. I think it was when he was talking about Bruno Mars and Chris Brown. But when What Did I Miss drop, I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to explain this, but in the flow of the album, I grew to appreciate What Did I Miss.
Yeah,
Like,
that makes sense.
I
When you
don't
hear it
know
in
how
order.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but like it makes more sense in the context of the album. So like now, I don't necessarily skip it, but when it dropped, I don't know if you consider that a single.
Yeah.
But-
No, it definitely is. Because last week when I was saying last time we recorded, I was like, he's got no singles like for this album coming out. So then when I saw that, I'm like, that was kind of a single, but I didn't think he'd attach it to this.
Yeah, so but Z actually, Brian, he actually posted when it comes to tracking overall numbers, if a single is released far ahead of the album, apparently they don't track the numbers related to how much that
Right.
project sold leading
It's like
up to the
Cardi
week
when
prior.
she added WAP and shit to her album.
Yeah, but I think to
It
get
won't count until
RIA
next week. It won't
certified,
count until next week.
yeah, but to get certified by the RIA, they will count from the when the single was released. So
Got
that
it.
was a nuance I appreciated, but I never knew
So
before then.
Billboard numbers won't count this week because it was released so far ahead. But like you said, for going gold to platinum, that will count immediately. So
Gotcha.
because the sales of whatever that single was going to the sales of the album. So yeah.
Makes sense.
For sure.
Plot Twist, I think's one of the shittiest songs on the album. I know
I
you were
fuck with Plot
asking me the other day. You said what are your top bottom three? Ran to Atlanta, Plot Twist, and Little Birdie are my bottom three.
See, like only one of those is Plot Twist that I mean, I guess I'll argue, but I'm not. Again, I'm not dying on the hill for Plot Twist. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think it's trash or bottom three, but I mean, I'm not upset with that. Little Birdie is the one that,
Bro.
Little Birdie is the one that the more I hear it, it's like
I mentioned to Monra and said, "You telling me you're playing Little Birdie?" I'm like, "That shit's trash, bro."
it's something about the vibe of Little Birdie, man. Like you said, at first I heard it, I'm like, it's trash. But then the more I hear it, the more I like. I don't know. It's somebody.
Take it
like,
just as its song on its own. It's a mess of a song.
It gives me Kodak vibes, obviously. Like the little dance I can do to it from time to time, but like again, I think if you eliminate Little Birdie, if you eliminate Dust, I don't know if you necessarily need Bees on the Table, but like
Or Ran to Atlanta, you could throw away.
it gives me. I'm not gonna say Scorpion because Scorpion was a double disc.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Gerard always talk about the structure of Scorpion. It could have been much better than it was. It had the chance to be like a classic.
Scorpion could have been a classic. Scorpion could have been a classic.
So
I agree.
I feel like if there, I'm never gonna say like there's definitely fat you could have trimmed on this album, but he was that close if he would have structured a little better. But those are the songs where I would look at him like, okay, if Little Birdie wasn't on the album, I'd have been fine.
We forgot Too Hard for the Radio.
I love Too Hard for the Radio.
Can't get into it, man. It's just
Either part before the beat switch up. None
It just
of
sounds-
not gonna lie, the beat is tough. I do
Bro,
not like how he
I don't.
sounds on the record.
That's exactly how I
Yeah.
feel. I don't like
I don't
how
like
he
how
sounds
he
on it.
sounds.
He sounds dated on it.
Yeah, he sounds
beginning part-
like he sounds like he's trying too hard to like figure that beat out. But that beat fire though.
on the first part or the second part because it's two different flows. Are y'all saying both?
I feel the first part.
The first part, yeah.
I'm fine when the beat switches up and he starts really getting to it. Like, bro, that shit is fire to me, and the beat is amazing. Like,
No, the beat fire. The beat fire. I love what he's trying to do on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of how I feel about it, I love what he's trying to do on there. It just feels forced. Like you're trying
I
to
can
do
agree
it.
with the first
Yeah.
part.
If it came
Yeah.
out in
That beat
2014 or 2015, I feel like it'd be one of his biggest songs.
Yeah.
Bro, that beat switch, man, like you talk about being out and about or like vibing, or if you hear that song, you out and the energy it brings, like that's a big emphasis I wanted to stress, just the focus of fun.
Yeah, but that also is annoying though. You know what I'm saying? As a fan, because like if you out and about, the DJ, like shout out to the DJ. The DJ got to pick a part A or part B. Like he can't play that whole song. And then as a fan, if you like one part and then the beat switches and now I don't fuck with the song, I can't play half the song now. You know what I'm
agree with
saying?
that.
Like so,
I-
like it's,
That's funny because that's how I feel about Ran to Atlanta. I feel like if they would have just kept it through the whole song, it may have been better with future rap into that first part, the way it sounds.
Now I'm interested in. I don't know if there's a way that I could hear in that way, but shit, the way that we got, I can tell you, I would love better than that. But I fuck with Too Hard for the Radio.
We forgot Make Them Remember too. We went
Well, that
to
was
Little
that-
Bird. Yeah.
Well,
I
'cause we
jumped the gun.
jump.
I'm sorry.
When we were talking about plot twists, you had mentioned how much you hate
Yeah.
Little Birdie, but
That's why.
that's the song where it's like, man, that another one that's growing on
So
me. But,
Make Them Remember was the 1 a.m. in Albany, right?
yup.
So why didn't he just leave it as a timestamp? I feel like that's just such a Drake staple. Why not leave it on an album like this?
because he was doing the thing with the make them thing. So he just turned that into make them instead of a timestamp.
Yeah, apparently that was something I missed the first couple times I listened because,
Yeah,
like Dry said, you got to make them cry,
make them
you got to
pay,
make them pay, and then make them remember, and then
make
make them
them
go
up.
as
Yeah,
outro. But I actually didn't know the why he changed that. And it's crazy now when a song leaks, you really have to sit there and figure out and check and confirm whether or not it's AI,
I
which
thought I
is
was crazy, B. I'm not gonna
bro,
lie.
no, you're not crazy. And it's when it first dropped, when everybody's going crazy, it's like will it be on the album? Will it be left off?
Yeah,
This will
right.
be left off. And it's like my biggest thing again, I'm like, bro, is this AI? Like, is this legitimate? Like,
See,
and you listen to it.
I was teased because this came out as the 1 a.m. in Albany. I'm like, oh, cool. He's doing the same thing he did for All the Dogs with the, what is it, 3 a.m. in Charlotte or
8 a.m.
8 a.m. in Charlotte. Yeah, I'm like, and that song had nothing to do with the rest of that album, you know? So now, when I heard this, I'm like, oh, fuck, he's preparing to do the same thing. So luckily, we got like 4 or 5 of these actual hip hop tracks where he's flowing on it. So I respect that shit, but I just for just this one, I wish he would have kept the same. That's not a nitpick at him either.
No, I mean, I don't, I don't understand why it was.
Or he
released.
could have put like make them. What is it? Make them remember, or what is
1
it?
a.m. Make him remember, or something like that.
Make them remember it. Like he should have
Yeah.
just put in parentheses 1 a.m.
That would have been
Albany.
fire.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I don't disagree with anything you said.
But yeah, that track's fire though. I can't lie. It's one of his better ones on this album. But yeah, Little Birdie's After. I told you, I think that's the worst song. It might be in my top 5 of most hated Drake songs ever. Like I can't stand it, bro. Don't worry, and Firm Friends to me are kind of I don't know. They're just okay to me. They just kind of
really
flow
like
into
Firm
each other.
Friends.
Do you?
I think when you talk about bars, I know we talk about the time tracks
Yeah.
and the make them songs, but I think Firm Friends is right up there with any of the other make them songs.
Mm-hmm.
But I really thought the content on Firm Friends, I fucked with it,
I think I need to go back and hear it then.
and I appreciated his flow. And
Make
then
them
you end
know.
with make them know, which I honestly was when you listen to it. I think the cool thing about that song is it almost could pass as the intro. Like if he would have flipped "Make Them Know" with "Make Them Cry,"
Yeah.
I don't think you would notice, especially with the audio of the guy singing towards the end with the Iceman.
Yeah.
But then when you listen to that and realize that's in the outro, you hear the Iceman, and it's like a closing to the story he was telling. I think ultimately there's the intention, and we've talked about like whether it's the playlist or storytelling like we wanted. I think it brought together and it closed out the rollout you have, the album you have, the make them within the album that Jiraiya was just talking about. Like, that's what I wanted. So I appreciate that. And I feel like we've been asking for a legitimate intro and outro on a Drake project for a long time. And we got it. So I think it brought to a close the project. And I appreciate that as an outro personally.
That's fair. So yeah, let's talk about now all that's compacted into this album, because I'll give you, you know what, just to start off, what do you think I rated it? Pitchfork gave it a 4.8, so what do you think Drew gave it?
I would say if I was to guess, I probably would say you gave it a 6 or 6.5.
I gave it a 6, right on the dot, and I feel like
Okay.
that's way better than like the 2 or 3 I gave for All the Dogs. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, I like Drake when he raps. I'm a fan of that. I just feel like the album has a little too much mumbo jumbo in it with direction at times. Like I hear bars. Don't get me wrong, and I know I had one for you, and I can't remember where it's placed on the album. It was about nitpicking what he was saying. I can't remember the actual line right now, but I'll get back to you.
You sent me a screenshot of some bars you said you didn't fuck with. Was it that song?
The one I didn't fuck with was the whole verse to Rando Atlanta. I couldn't stand that one. I'll find it eventually and I'll send it to you. It's a nice line he had.
It was a nice line. The one you sent me was the one you said you didn't fuck with. But yeah, it was it was basically the rant to Atlanta. That whole opening. You sent me a screenshot.
10 toes in quicksand. Oh my god, dude!
You ain't
That
fuck with me and Hendrix back by popular demand, baby.
that shit's terrible to me, bro. Like I can't stress how bad Ran to Atlanta is. The beat. If it wasn't for the beat, that song would be a complete delete skip. You
The
know,
beat's fire. The
but
beat's fire. What
um,
was the bars? How did you feel about the DJ Khaled bars?
I went back and listened. I thought that was fire.
Bro, like I appreciate, and I feel like the last few times we reviewed Drake, it was like take time away, want to
Hmm.
hear X, Y, and Z. I feel like he provided a lot, like because I never knew. It's like, damn, why is Drake and DJ Khaled beefing? And I understand now if you're getting essentially jumped or everybody's saying these things about you, and you feel like you and Khaled is cool and he don't say anything, fine. But the moment it seems like the dust has settled or things is clear, the first thing you talk about is having two Drake songs?
Hmm.
Bro, that's like I can't fuck with that, bro. Like at all. Like at no point during the beef, you don't have to say I'm taking this side X, Y, and Z. But there was no point where he's like, I don't know about y'all, but I fuck with Drake. Like
To
every
be fair,
project.
to be fair,
Mhm.
this is not outside of Khaled's character. So I blame Drake for thinking that Khaled would say something. Khaled don't say nothing about nothing.
I
Khaled
mean,
is Khaled is Switzerland. He don't say shit about nothing. Like he is
Jesus.
always gonna stay in the middle. He is always gonna remain peaceful. Love. You know what I'm
on one
saying?
hand, I feel you. Like I can't disagree with that. But I would feel like, damn, I would at least think you got I fuck with Drake or X, Y, and Z. Like you stay silent till it's over, then the first thing you promote is the songs you got with me. Like,
Yeah, but so that's my issue with the album with Drake. Like his thought process, he got to grow up, bro, cuz like that's a him thing. Like, and so I guess the album is his diary about how he feels, so it's fair for him to feel that way. I can't take away his feelings, but that's a you thing. That's not a Khaled thing. Khaled always been who he was, and he was your friend when he was that when you was whooping niggas ass and he wasn't saying shit. Meek Mill could probably feel the same way about Khaled. You know what I'm saying? When Drake was whooping on Meek Mill, Khaled ain't say shit about Meek, but he definitely had Meek on one of his albums. Like he
mhm.
had Drake on one of his albums. Like so, Khaled has always been this way. Now you're on the opposite side of that, and you got your ass whooped. And you looking for Khaled to come in and be like, "Yo, Drake, my man, he's not gonna do that. He's never done that." So that's something Drake got to like. I feel like, and that was my issue with a lot of the narrative in this album is like that's something Drake got to like he struggles because he was an only child that like when he gets people around him, like he really like falls in love with these people and these people ain't your friends. Like so like he got to understand that and now it's like, "Oh, I'm angry now because you're supposed to be my brother." They were never your brother, my nigga. Like so like you feeling that way is on you. That's something you got to figure out. It's not these people ain't got bad character because you looked at them a certain way that you shouldn't have. Like so like I hate the constant no friends in the industry because they were never friends. You know, like this is something that's a problem that you need to fix in your life. And so I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? So
I you bring up a good point, Gerard. I agree with parts of what you said. I think ultimately there is like a naiveness to Drake, and I think it does date back to not only being an only child, but also you're biracial. So you never feel like you, and this is me playing fake deep doctor, I guess, but like you don't feel like you're part of anything. So like you gravitate or people notice. There's like I don't want to say need to be liked, but like
right, yeah, yeah.
you do necessarily view because you don't have like the siblings or the friends, I guess, from when you was at that age. So now you in this industry where essentially there is a lot of cutthroat people. I will admit, like I do think a big problem is the fact that Drake moved a certain way with that naiveness, where it's like, oh, they fuck with me. Oh, I'm gonna give them a verse for the love, and they may not even. It's not gonna be mutual. Like
Right.
I do think a part of that naiveness, but I do want to also say a lot of these niggas in the industry is fake as fuck. Like beyond Drake, beyond any artist that I fuck with, like you see a lot of these guys, and one of the things that annoyed me with the beef, Drake was all of a sudden made out to be the guy that moves behind your back and talk about your girl or steal your girl X, Y, and Z, and that's the nigga you can't fuck with X, Y, and Z. Cool, I agree with that. I don't think Drake is a saint by any stretch. But a lot of these motherfuckers in the industry do the same shit. Everybody picks and chooses. It's like the moment it seemed like the industry was turning or like Kendrick was killing the guy that was on top of the hill,
Yeah.
a lot of people jumped in and felt that confidence where it's like the bully all of a sudden gets his ass whooped. Now everybody else wants to jump in and
Right. And
say,
so right, and this is where I'll stop you. And so that's why I don't have empathy or sympathy for Drake, because the game is the game. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, I don't think Drake is a saint. So if you're around here doing, backdoor shit, and somebody does backdoor shit to you, then the game is the game. I don't want to hear you say nothing about this hurt my feelings. No, you got to eat that, bro.
I think
Like,
it
and
could
and
be
that
50-50 in my opinion. I don't want to say like there is contradiction there, but I do think there was certain people he felt wouldn't switch up that did. Like, and that just is what it is. I think he's more
Yeah.
vocal and transparent about it than most niggas would be. But we all know most niggas don't have it in them to say when some shit truly hurt their feelings. They gonna brush it off, act a certain way. But I do think Drake has
Yeah, I
spoken
give him
certain
credit for that.
shit.
That his transparency has always been one of his strengths. Yeah, so I give him
Not,
credit for that. Yeah, yeah, but also like I guess like that's the thing that like I don't know that confuses me a bit a lot of times with Drake is like, yeah, you can be transparent and say what hurt your feelings, and then you talking tough in the next breath. It's like, bro, I that to me is like I from where I'm from, no one does that. So like that I don't know.
and
It's hard for me to
that's
like
a
accept
that's a
that.
gripe that I'll never like when people talk about I don't like the mob boss Drake. I'm not the nigga that's gonna cape and say, hey, fuck with this X. Like, I can see the contradiction in that. I can see the motherfucker from Canada where it's like I ain't trying to. I agree with that, but my thing again, I'm gonna be the cape person for Drake. There's a lot of motherfuckers in this industry, and I'm gonna say there's pros and cons to both. Because on one hand, there's motherfuckers that talk a little too much about the shit they doing behind the scenes, where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, you don't need to be telling all that shit.
No one has to know this.
No one has to know that. You're incriminating yourself. This is on you, pal. But then there's other people where it's like you have a lot of people in the industry talking about shit that they're never about. So it's like I do feel confliction about that. And real quick, I want to read. Me and Ty talked about this album quite a bit. And one thing he sent me was he's very similar to you, Gerard. Huge Drake fan when he first came out. And he talked about he felt conflicted because he felt this is what he sent me. More mature, I guess. I feel like he's in a middle crisis or a midlife crisis. Beef aside, thinking about the progression of the big three, Dot and Cole seem like they're comfortable with themselves to an extent. I don't think Drake is all the way there, but I also think I may want him to be somebody he won't be. Even think of yourself. There are some things that you used to do that were cool. Then one day you decided this is lame. Grow up. I don't think Buddy is there personally, and I think he got a bunch of yes men around him.
I
I
agree,
agree with that. This is
100%.
my response to what
Yeah,
he said. I can definitely see that. I guess for myself, being a single man, think the maturity that you and Gerard look for comes for the way that marriage forces you to mature in ways. You're thinking of family, you're thinking of legacy. When you think of both Cole and Kendrick, they both have wives they've been lucky enough to know from before when they got to their current levels. Respectfully, I think when you're on Drake's level, getting a partner like that isn't likely. And I know I'm shooting a lot of bail, but everyone you encounter wants something or views you as a celebrity. Like it's hard to find that genuine or as someone on that level. I said watching the Michael Jackson movie, you see just how lonely it is when you get to a certain level. And not even Michael Jackson. I didn't send this in a text, but you got the Luther Vandross, you got the Marvin Gayes. Like for everybody ain't lucky enough to be like Jay-Z where you can find your Beyonce or like ASAP Rocky where you can find your Rihanna's, which ironically enough, if a nigga took Rihanna from me, I'm probably gonna be salty about that for X amount of time. Like, I'ma just keep it real. Like, and me and Ty was able to be real about that. But like, I think everybody looks at Drake and they ultimately want like that 444 album, right?
no,
And
no,
I
no,
get
no, no. I don't
well,
want
well,
that. Yeah,
real quick though, I'm just saying like that's the thought where it's like, damn, when we gonna get that mature grown man hearing about? And it's like, bro, in order for Jay-Z to produce a 444 album, he had to actually go through that real life shit. Like,
right.
and we talk about and transparently say, bro, we want to hear real shit from Drake. Like, what are we gonna hear if he talks about the shit? He's a single father. Like, obviously looking for that person, may not find that person, but like for the most part, he's moving, doing certain stuff that it's like very similar to that Peter Pan lore that Michael Jackson had. Like that's why I refer to that naiveness where it's like, damn, I thought they were my friend. Like, nigga, ain't nobody in this bitch your friend. Like, understand that. And I think the energy we got from the album to bring it all together, we got that. Look, I was out here moving dumb. I understand I need to stick with my day ones. Like, not necessarily the no friends in the industry energy, but like a lot of these niggas, I see how they move and I need to move accordingly. Like, there's a maturity in that. And I rap with what I was saying to Ty when I said, watching Michael Jackson the movie, you see how lonely that level is. Even when with Jay, he's lucky or he's beyond lucky, or ASAP, where they wife up women on their level. I think Drake wanted that life with Rihanna, but obviously she likes a different kind of guy. So, and I agree. Anybody that says, hey, you got to get over Rihanna, when you going to get moved past Kendrick and X, Y, and Z, I don't think the Kendrick shit is going anywhere. And I said that to y'all when the beef was going. Like, this has been long in the works. I can understand if you want to criticize and say Drake needs to move on Rihanna, but there was some shots on Don't Be Dumb. And my question to people that ask that is, when do you choose, or when do we decide who needs to be the bigger person or be the bigger man? Like, okay, if Drake has been quiet for 2 years, when is he allowed to respond? When is he allowed to vent? I understand the moving on portion, but like, objectively, who decides, okay, we need to move past that? And that's my question to anybody listening. Like, if that's your arguments when it comes to Drake, okay, so does he not get to respond if there's a rebuttal, or when is that timeline? When do you reach that timeline, essentially?
You know, I was feeling that way. I was like, damn, man, it's been 2 years. You got to let that shit go. And then I was listening to Van Lathan speak, and he was saying, like, you know, when Blueprint 2 came out and Jay-Z released the Blueprint 2 after the Ether, kind of people like, you know, my older cousins were saying the same thing. Like, dog, you sound like you coping. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit happened, let that shit go. And I kind of like was like, damn, but I feel like you should have an opportunity to clear the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, in Jay's instance, he released Super Ugly, and y'all said that was way too disrespectful. So now he was like, okay, well, here's a better diss. Since y'all said that shit was too disrespectful. I think for Drake, I think he has the right to clear the air. As far as him and Kendrick, that's up and it's stuck. They gonna, like, Kendrick gonna do a better, he's gonna do better at taking more veiled shots. They're gonna be more subliminal. You're gonna have to dig through it a little bit. Drake is a little bit more like, you can tell like who he talking about a little bit. So but I don't care. That's fine. Y'all can keep taking shots at each other. It like that issue is not the issue with me, because like we seen Ja Rule and 50 beef until they
I
in
was
their
gonna say that's
50s.
the
So
example
like
I literally
I
think
don't
of.
really,
Like,
yeah, I don't really give a fuck about that. That's not my when I'm criticizing. I'm criticizing, it was basically like um the energy he has with it. Like, yeah, I might have lost this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas was wanted me to lose. Like, it's kind of like a victim mentality. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd lose a fight and say, damn, he got me this one time, but I bet you if I see him again, I'm gonna fuck him up. Like that. Talk
I
like
can agree
that.
with
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
I
Like,
can
A
agree
that's
little
with that.
mix
that
of
was
that
my,
on this album.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's what I want to hear. Like, and I heard from people, like I said, I didn't listen for real. So I heard you hear a more confident Drake, which is the Drake I like.
100%.
Like, I
100%.
I like that from him. Like, be confident, be arrogant. Like, I love that. Like, I don't like him presenting himself as a victim, because I feel like um when we were talking about earlier, and I said I talk back, I feel like it's more PR. Like, he's trying to get people on his side. And I'm like, bro, you don't need to do that. And that's the reason why a lot of the fake friends you got around are around you right now, is because you like campaigning for friendships. It's like, be yourself. And I think to the point of what Ty's saying is like, I guess that's why I was like, I'm not gonna listen to Drake anymore, because my expectations of what I think he's supposed to give me, he's not going to. And so I'm not gonna set myself up for failure like that. If I hear some shit in the past, and I'm not gonna get angry, like, cut that shit off. Like, no. But I'm not gonna be intentional about listening, because it's gonna produce the same, like, what the music is gonna produce the same feelings in me that I heard from Scorpion. Yeah, I don't want to hear it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just go back and listen to that shit. If that's the same type of like maturity level he's stuck in, if he's stuck in that same mindset, then I'll just listen to the old shit. I don't need to hear it over new beats. Like, that was my only thing. Like, so,
Yeah.
and so the way that like everybody's talking about it, they're speaking about it as if it's like a mix of like what we heard from Scorpion up until I don't know now. And it's like, all right, well then I've heard that before. Like, I don't I don't need to go out
Personally,
of my way.
it reminds me a lot of, I know you disagree, Drew. It reminded me a lot of Certified Lover Boy. to where.
And that's cool too, because I like Certified Lover Boy, but I don't feel like I need to hear it again. Like I
But
don't
it's
need
not
CLB two.
necessarily. It reminds me of that. It reminds me structure wise, like I said, similar to Scorpion. But the biggest thing I will stress, and the thing as a Drake stan that pissed me off, was the fact that so many people were rushing and listening and stating, "Oh, I don't want to hear any more of the victim raps." And it's like, if you come away with victim raps, to me, I think that's a lazy grab. Where if you rush and listen, because a lot of the energy from this album, Gerard, is speaking to that. This is what happened, and no more am I trying to figure out why or act like, damn, why is this happening? No, like, this is what happened. Okay, I really have to remind you niggas, like, I'm the top dog. Like, he even
Yeah.
makes a verse where it's like, fuck the big three. It was too
Yeah.
many chefs
Too
in the
many
kitchen.
chefs,
Basically,
Kitchen,
like,
yeah.
he not doing the, and I think I love the bars with towards J. Cole, by the way. We didn't discuss it, but
Yeah.
he did just enough where it's like he kept it respectful with J. Cole, but also let it be known a lot of shit I speculated on where I feel like I can say the rah I was right. J. Cole did some fucked up shit. Like, and we talk about Gerard to your credit about the friends in industry. I don't know if they was ever friends, but I know if they were friends, the way J. Cole moved, I wouldn't fuck with that. Especially
Yeah, I with J.
the
Cole, I don't
consistent
know.
theme with J. Cole seems to be the motherfucker don't pick up his phone when he
Yeah.
really need him, whether you Cameron or whether you Drake. But like, I really don't. Especially, I think it annoys me because I don't want to say J. Cole's fake because I don't think he's that. But as much as you stress the intention and all of the stuff that he talks about in his content, if it really was your idea to bring the big three together, and you know you got Drake coming to your show and it's this huge thing, then you change your mind. Drake leaves the show. You don't ever call him back. You don't have to, but it's a lot of fucked up ways in which J. Cole moved that I just don't rock with.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I feel like where J. Cole dropped the ball, and I guess it's been confirmed now. When he talked to Kendrick, and Kendrick said, "You need to move the fuck out the way," I'm aiming for that nigga. He should. When Drake called him, he said, "Look, man, I'm about to get on this stage. I'm bowing out this shit. Dot wants you. I'm getting the fuck out the way." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna apologize. Feel how you feel about me. You know what I'm saying? But this don't take away like how I feel about you. Have that conversation. It's uncomfortable, but you need to have that conversation. I think a lot of times with J. Cole, even like we saw with Cameron, he gets uncomfortable when he has to have tough conversations. Like, so he'll just avoid them at all costs. Like,
and
so
that's the thing. Like, I understand you, and he stresses like he has those uncomfortable talks or like those moments with his woman, but he fights through it. I get that, but like, bro, at what point are you supposed to do that? Like, were he and Drake friends? Like,
yeah,
at the very least, he could have said that'd have took a minute conversation, Gerard. Like,
yeah.
never had that conversation. Cool. Now y'all haven't talked since then. Like, you basically saw the truck coming, you moved, and
Right,
you just
yeah.
left me in the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
street. Like, bro, that's some bitch ass shit. Like, I have to
Because
call
I
that out.
guarantee Kendrick was like, "Bro, I love you for real. Move out the way." Like,
Whatever he said on that phone clearly put the fear of God in J. Cole.
Yeah,
And it's like, damn, like, and I think, I don't know why Drake thinks this, but he seems to allude to the fact that Cole at some point talked to Jay. Like, I think there's a lot of undertones. I kind of asked you this, Gerard.
I don't think he talked to Jay. I don't think he talked to Jay.
There's a lot of shots towards Jay, knowingly and unknowingly on this project. There seems to be something that Drake is convinced. I don't know the proof, but there's a lot of shots as if there's a hand that Jay-Z played and what happened. And
he's paranoid. Like that one I'm not gonna give Drake. Jay-Z has spoken about. He spoke about this in the GQ interview. Jay-Z, like, yeah.
How did you feel about that interview, Gerard, in general? Was there any part of you that the GQ interview with Jay-Z? Because I know Jay-Z fans that spoke on, they would have liked to have seen, I guess, an actual like person interviewing, or maybe not. It seemed more like Jay-Z was talking and not necessarily like the
like
back.
they didn't. You think he didn't get enough pushback?
There was not any pushback in that. It was basically like Jay was educating us in X, Y, and Z. And I think Jay-Z has gotten to that point of being like a billionaire and a person that's above certain things where it's like, I would have loved to see more pushback.
So
Like,
the dude who interviewed him, Fraser Tharp, has interviewed Jay a million times, and he basically his thing was, as a journalist, you're not supposed to like interrogate your interviewee. He was like, so Hove's answer was Hove's answer. Like that's the answer he gave. I'm not gonna press him to get the answer or that I want to get out of him, because then what Jay is gonna do is say, yeah, throw that interview away. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
I think his answer was his answer. I think it was a lot of things like in my maturity level now that I disagree with. He said he don't agree with rap battles no more. He would hope that people just get on the same track together and show their skill set, which is, I mean, from his point of view, I get it. You know, like I understand it. Is
But
it
isn't there
only?
contradiction a little bit in that drive? Because
Yeah, but
when he
he,
when he selected Kendrick to perform at the halftime, a part of what allowed that to happen was from the success of said rap battle. Like,
yeah, but
so
also
clearly
like Kendrick had a big year, like
he did. But
so it didn't even matter, like whatever. And he was like, you know, at the end of the day, yes, like that song created division and things of that nature, but also Kendrick was the biggest artist that year. Like it didn't matter whether that song was like Not Like Us or not. Kendrick had a huge 2024.
he
So
did.
Mhm.
But a part of what made 2024 so big was the success of Not Like Us, and then drop in G and X. Like,
yeah, but
I
so
guess my biggest
GNX
point is
wasn't solely focused on the battle. GNX was a collection
it
of
wasn't. It
yeah.
wasn't. But I'm
So
saying like
I think from Jay's viewpoint is perfect example. You know, when we saw what happened with Joey Badass and everybody else, using it as like a stepping stone to something like that. Like that makes it like not real. You know what I'm saying? The battle is a part of hip hop culture, so people are gonna battle. Like I think Jay was saying like now the battle is becoming more like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a
Gimmick.
yeah. And that's what he's saying. Like, I don't like that shit no more because it and then it turns into something else. Now it's becoming like violent and negative. Like you see what the drill rappers are doing. That's the perspective he's talking on. Like the Drake and Kendrick thing was good for hip hop, but then it turned into now you seeing people picking sides. And that's
and
the
that's the
part
one
that he didn't
negative
like.
I
Yeah.
would point out where you can do
Yeah.
both. But I do think Jay has reached this point where it's like because we see him as so stoic or out of the spotlight, it's as if he doesn't have any pettiness left or certain people he may not, I don't know, fuck with or may send a shot. I'm sure he'll be releasing the project. This is still my belief before the
Think
end of the year.
y'all Jay is old.
I
I
agree
want
with
y'all to
that.
look from
I
a
don't
different
disagree with
perspective
that.
because
I don't
I think
disagree
y'all
with
still
that.
looking at
But we
I
making Jay seem like he a little close to Jesus, and I just can't buy
bro, I listen
that
from
thought
his
process.
viewpoint, I don't see the reason why he would do that. Like I don't think he looks at Drake. I don't think he looks at Drake on the same level as him. I think he look at
That
Drake
could
as a
be
little
very true.
nigga. And like if that's the case, if my little brother keeps swinging at me, I'm not gonna fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like
So I think
I'm gonna
there's just
trip
been
him. You
weird.
know what I'm
So
saying?
like
Like I'm not
pop was a pop style. Kanye left his verse on pop style. Guess who took their verse off before the album dropped? Jay. Like it's little shit like that. Jay even told Drake how all the haters was gonna come after him. He gave him the blueprint. I guess pun intended. Told him how the beef was gonna work. Like, but there's still moments where I do think, for example, Drake just beat Jay's record of most
yeah.
number one albums. Like, I'm sure from if he talked about still wanting to see people on the same track and see who's better, there's still some of that competitive nature within Jay. So I don't.
But I don't think it's that. I think if you asking me my opinion, I think Jay is a little irritated with Drake that Drake doesn't listen to him. You know, like, hey, like you want to be this guy. I'm giving you like the blueprint to this guy, and you want to keep listening to Lucian and all these white men. I'm trying to help you. So that I think it irritates him a little bit. I don't think it's no real like static. And I think Drake is doing everything in his might, like I said, like a little brother, like Kanye. Kanye feels the same way towards Jay. Jay, like they want to be him so bad that they keep doing shit to irritate him. He was like, all you're gonna do is push me away, and I'm not gonna do shit for you. Like, and so like, and see how far you get. We seen what happened with Kanye. Kanye did the same shit. He spoke on Jay family. I guarantee Jay probably never speaks to that man again.
Yeah.
Like, so I think like
Kanye went about it. The shit that Kanye said, like
yeah,
you wouldn't expect anybody you associate to say the shit like
yeah.
Kanye deserves.
No,
if he
I'm not
never
saying
speaks
Drake
to
and
him
Kanye
again.
the same, but I'm saying it's the same thing.
But I
Like
don't.
Jay has tried to pull Drake in, like, hey, like if you like, I can try to help you out. Talk to Wayne, like I'm good. Like my advice works, and I think Drake like wants to be so bad to be his own person, like that he keeps like shunning him. I don't know if it's no real static from Jay's point of view, and Jay even said that he was like, I don't have a reason to go out of my way to like do something to Drake. I'm Jay-Z. Like, and that's what I want the like everybody else to see. Like, everybody sees Drake. He's Jay-Z. He doesn't have to do any of this shit. Like, so like I don't understand. Like, and I think people are looking for something from Jay. Like, we ain't had an album since 444. So like they want to hear something. You know, like they heard the God did verse and all of that where he was talking about things. I think they looking for that too. But I don't think Jay care about Drake like that. Like,
I
so.
remember the freestyles back in the day on. I think it was a Soulja Boy song where Jay sent some shots just off top of the dome. Like, I think there's something there for sure. Where if he drops a project, my assumption is there will be bars there. That's just the way that I feel about.
Yeah,
I think
I
there'll be
don't see a
bars there.
Jay-Z album coming, so we'll see. Like,
Or
I
we'll
don't
have
think
one hell of a clip if Jay drops something. Because
yeah.
I think that's the next move. But sorry, Drew, long-winded.
No, you're
with your
good.
way.
You're good.
You mentioned a lot of the meat and potatoes in the album. Was there more? I'm sure there's more thoughts that you had on the album. What?
I found that line that I was talking about before. You ready for it?
Yeah.
It says, other than me talking about the way I'm flipping dough like Little Caesars, I'm trying to catch one of you boys stargazing in the field like Little Leaguers. I'm like, woof.
No,
'Cause
I fucked with that one. What song was that on? Was that
Make
on
them pay.
Make Them Pay? Yeah.
And then
See,
right
that-
after, a couple lines later, he actually has the
Calibar?
he said, my people, no, the Jay-Z, well, he has the Khaled and the Jay-Z ones. He said, my people run a phone soon as you check into prison. Your people run and talk to Ho for a second opinion.
Bro, that was a shot towards towards J. Cole. He believed in his mind, J. Cole talked to not only Kendrick but Jay-Z.
I don't
The
think he
advice
talked
was the advice was to stay out of it. Like, I think it wasn't just what Kendrick did, or J. Cole did. Drake, in his mind, there's a lot of people that did him wrong when it came to the beef and how certain things went. But I fuck with those bars, Drew. Like I said, that's my favorite song off the
And
project.
they,
I think Drake, like I said, I think Drake is he's paranoid. I think he was a concerned effort. He think it was a concerned effort
stay on the album,
to knock him
Gerard,
off
you're
the
not
throne.
wrong. He does stay on the album. There's a lot of paranoia there. Like, he admits that. Like, and one thing I appreciate is somebody that's big on mental health. He talks about talking with his therapist. I think a lot of people we've glamorized, or like mental health has become such a thing, and therapy has become such a thing. But a big part of therapy is the fact that it causes you to do introspection. A lot of times, a lot of people don't want to do. Like,
Right.
a lot of people will go into there, and he talks about his therapist being attractive, but like, I can tell he's done some of the work, because when you really are doing that level of the work, there's a part of you that doesn't want to do some of this shit. And there's a fraction of people when they talk about therapy, it's the glitter and rainbows and the positivity. Like, bro, sometimes you really don't want to dive into that shit.
Right.
You don't want to talk about some of that stuff. So I appreciated hearing that perspective as well from Drake throughout the album.
One thing I really don't like about I should say about some of the structure of some of these songs, it's not the lines I don't like. Well, I guess there are some, but he'll have some dope bars back to back to back to back to back, and then he'll throw in the shit like randomly about like, and not to mention the interior's all white linen. I'm like, who cares? Like,
Well,
and then like
in the bars at some point,
it's like,
Drew.
dude. But then it's like, so this one, like, shout out to Cherokee D and Sky Black, because they was at my birthday when I was searching Big Booty Ebony's. I'm like, come
Drew,
on, bro.
come
Like,
on, man. Hold on. I
come
gotta
on.
stop
Shout
you right
out
there.
to Cherokee D and Sky Black. What you mean?
But now-
You of all people, when I heard that bar, I thought of you, because we remember who you used to love.
Yeah,
There's a part of you that should
Used to.
appreciate that. Oh, Drew.
He's-
And he
It's
reflected
just like-
that. Look, but he said that next line up where he said, now I'm
the
next to
penthouse
Jordan,
in Bahamas and
next to Jordan.
yeah, and like I'm Lebanese.
Bro, when he said that bar, I'm like, bro, every nigga in here, If they would have got you some money, there would have been some stars. Drew,
That's a
I know.
fact.
Look,
That's
I'm
a
gonna leave you
fact.
alone.
Nah.
But, all right,
every
I'm
man that
just
heard
saying.
that
Yeah.
bar, there's something you can relate to where you would have
Yeah.
did the same shit.
Then the very first track on here, I don't have it pulled up right now, the lyrics, but like he has some really dope lines, like some personal lines of like getting out of deals and shit like that. But then he starts talking about like his
You talking about
boy.
Make Them Cry.
Is that the first track?
The intro, yeah, Make
Yeah,
Them Cry.
yeah. But yeah,
Yep.
but then he throws in a line in there about how he can't sleep because his buddy had to sell his chain. I'm like, bro, who gives a fuck? Like,
So
it's
I
little
don't know
shit
who-
like that though. Like,
I don't know who it was, but he alludes to somebody, his boy lying and saying he got the chain snatched, but he knows
he went to go sell it.
secretly he sold
But now,
the shit.
and he
That
said,
shit is
"Now I'm
valuable.
losing sleep over that." I'm like, you are not losing sleep over that shit. Like, come on, it's just
Well, I'm
shit
like-
like that that I read into. It's like, come on, bro.
Deflection,
That's how I know. That's how I know I'm too old. Because I'm like, all right, well, why did he
Cool.
feel the need? He thought he had to sell it. You know, why'd
That's
you
what
have
he
to
said.
lie about
Right,
getting?
that's what he said. He's like, bro, he not losing sleep over it. He like, bro, the nigga lied to me, and he's trying to figure out. Like, he said, even his baby mama said he's moving different. I forget the exact bars,
Yeah.
but essentially alludes to my nigga, somebody in the OVO crew pawned the fucking chain and lied saying it got snatched. Like, nigga, we know you sold it, but he's trying to figure out why is the nigga lying? Like, why?
Yeah,
why?
I-
But why?
I guess my thing is, I don't like how he places some of the shit within his
I
lyrics.
didn't like how he set it up. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's how I feel like about
Yeah.
some of the lyrics. So like, I'll be really into a verse B. I'm not gonna lie, and then he throws
Yeah.
some just random shit that has nothing to do with it. I'm like, you just lost me, and like now I gotta try and get back into this verse. Like I give a fuck about your homie who fake sold his chain and shit. Like,
See, in my mind, the way people feel about the Drake flex bars is I don't feel the same way. The comparison I make when you talked about it earlier, Drew, with Pusha T or the Clips, the album. At some point when you listen to Clips, you gonna hear some fucking drug bars, but nobody sits there and listens to it and say, "Oh my god, I'm so over this shit." It's like no, like imagine somebody listening to Clips and be like, "Bro, I would like this album, but I really
I'm
feel
sure
like
there
it
are
needs to
though. I've seen a lot of people ripping on the Clips this weekend or this past weekend.
But I'm just alluding to the fact, like every artist, I know some people that joke about, or I've mentioned it before with Big Sean and saying he's corny, or J. Cole and saying they're tired of, I don't know, whatever.
Trust me, I felt the same way about some shit on J. Cole's album like that. Like,
But it's
all
like
right, yeah.
every artist, I guess my point, there's going to be
Has that
some
thing.
type. Every artist has some type of theme where it's like, okay, that's their, even Jeezy. At some point, Jeezy
Man.
gonna allude to
Man.
the trap or the drugs, like, but nobody that's a Jeezy fan will sit there and be like, "Oh my god, here we go."
I have to
again."
share about why I dislike Jeezy sometimes. He'll have a line, I'm going to make this out of thin air. He was like, yeah, now I'm in a race car. You know me because I used to race cars. I'm like, oh, God, Jesus Christ. Like, that shit's... If you listen to a lot of Jeezy lyrics, you'll hear shit like that. I'm like, dude,
You will.
that shit's
But
so
nobody's
fucking
gonna
weak.
sit there like-
I
nobody's
do,
gonna
B.
sit there
I
like-
do.
See, I just want more instances of that where it's like you said with the clip, like, bro, everybody's talking about the Clips, justifiably
Yeah.
so, being album of the year, but like, there was definitely content on there that you've heard before, but
Mm-hmm.
because you're more likely to fuck with the drug dealing or
Yeah.
that content than somebody that seemed like they crying over a bitch or emotional. Like I get
That might be the difference. Or, like,
That's
crying
the
over
difference.
money and
That's-
shit like that.
That's the
what I
only
hate.
difference. Like you can relate to feeling like you Pablo somewhere, but you tired of, especially if you married, you got kids, you got all that shit in life where you on your grown man shit. You ain't trying to hear about this motherfucker that's in the club taking X amount of bitches home or flexing with like that shit. I get that.
I
but-
will say one thing, B, and it's something we've talked about with Drake, how we want to hear more mature bars from him. I would like to hear a song about his son and what his son means to him. I
would
don't
like to hear that.
like.
I would like to hear that.
I refer back to Eminem, like as many times as he made songs for Haley and shit. That shit's deep. It hits. Like, you don't know shit about their relationship. Like, you don't know. Like, I do really need to hear more maturity from Drake. I will say that because a lot of this was clearing up the beef. Which I will say too, B, he has bars and lines on here that were better than I feel like songs he made during the beef. I feel
I
Gerard
bet it
always
would be.
said-
He had time to think on it.
Gerard said though during the beef, one of his biggest problems was
Yeah,
he
he
took
wasn't
too many
prepared.
shots at
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
wasn't
Unnecessary.
Kendrick. Like, and I agree with that, but I guess my biggest gripe, you will hear on this song, no matter what you say about the man, at the end of the day, when he comes to bars and really rapping, like he's one of the ones, and I think that's the biggest energy shift we saw, where he talked about and embraced. Like, there's not that insecurity you typically hear from him. Like, he finally owns that, and it finally sounds like you're hearing. He even mentions pushing 40 in a few years. Like, talks about being an aging rapper. Like, so I think ultimately,
But then he'll talk about a random ass tropical island, how we can't ever do that because he's eating lunch there with some random girl. I was like,
You will.
cool.
So, and that's the thing where like,
Like-
I get like that's a part of Drake, but that's Drake's, I guess, drugs or Drake's, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Jeezy, like that's a part of him. But I get it. I would love to hear that perspective as a father, like,
Yeah.
and he even hearing him mention aging as a rapper, getting older, like. But ultimately, I came away from feeling, ironically enough, after the bar shot or the bronze shots,
Yeah.
I think we kind of almost take for granted, I would say, between J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. These motherfuckers have been carrying the game for what? 16, 17, 18 years now?
Yeah.
15
Like,
plus,
it's
yeah.
very similar to what we've seen with the Bronze, with the KDs, with the Steph Curry. Like, and we can all say, oh, they need to find something else to do or X, Y, and Z. But, like, we ain't seen nobody step up and legitimately
Yeah, I
appear
agree.
to be capable of, just like we see in the NBA, bro. Whether it's Ant, whether it's Wemby, like, you want to
Cade.
give it to that next person, but it's like, hold on. The Kendricks, the Drakes, and the J. Coles is still at that peak. And it's like, bro, have we ever seen this before? Legitimately at their peak, not retiring. Like, I came away appreciating the fact that there hasn't been a fake retirement from Drake in the way that it's been with other people. Like,
I agree with that. I can agree with that.
I feel like with LeBron, like it comes a point where if you see people still in year 17, 18, I mean, Bron's in year 22, but if Drake just does this out of it's like, bro, you don't watch Bron and say, bro, if Bron just did this in year 20 or year 8. No, the motherfucker is who he is. So at this point, you either like him or you don't. Like,
I think that's
you don't
different in
have to-
hip hop, though. I feel like you can change it up in hip hop and get a little more mature with stuff, though.
You can for sure, but for the most part, even as basketball players in year 18, for the most part, they may expand certain parts of the game, but the meat and potatoes is
Yeah.
gonna be that same player. So like to pretend or portray, oh, if he just did this, I'll really fuck. That's my biggest gripe. If you don't
Right.
fuck with an artist, just say that. You don't have to act like you need some invisible goalposts or shifting. Like, no, you can just say, I don't fuck with him. And that's why I've come to appreciate, not that you said that, Gerard, but you like, yo, I'm not going to listen to this.
Gerard's
And
sick of meat and potatoes for dinner.
I'm not going to listen to this with certain expectations just to shit on it and say, oh, this is like, bro, I've come to appreciate. And I text Gerard on the side, like, I really appreciate the maturity in your response or what you choose to do or how you moved about this album. But, bro, that's the thing that's bothered me more than anything else. The fact that as a mass, you have so many people that listen or rush just to hate listen,
just
bro.
yeah.
Or
That's
just to give lazy,
stupid.
like,
Yeah.
the thing I wanted most with this album, bro, was to legitimately talk to people about what they liked or didn't like about the album. But unfortunately, in these times, you're not going to get that authentically.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of, bro, that shit was trash. That shit was X, Y, and Z. And it's like, bro, I'm not into the rage baiting. I legitimately
Right.
want to have discourse about music because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's art. How did you view that art? Okay, you didn't like it. Most people aren't even prepared to tell you, I didn't like it because of X, Y, and Z. If you truly ask them, what did you not like about it? And not from a defensive point of view, from a let's discourse about this. Let's discuss this, right? Most people don't even take the time to be like, I would have liked to have seen the album structured X, Y, and Z. Or like you said, Drew, I want to hear about his son. I want to hear the perspective of his father. Like, we don't even take the time to do that anymore. This is trash. I'm never listening to it again. It's like,
To piggyback on that, B, I feel personally this is the last album of his that I could tolerate with some of the stuff that he's talking about. Like, I feel like now I really do need to hear that after this. I feel like let's clear all the dust from the beef with this album. That's fine. You're rapping on this album. It's fine. There's a lot of filler still that I'm not fucking with, and I haven't fucked with that side of Drake in a long time, and you know that. But, like, I feel like it's the last one where I need to hear a little bit of more of a switch now. For your next
Well,
album, I need to hear
Right.
60-40 more maturity now.
Yeah,
Can
well,
I
I think
can I ask
like
you one
Ty said.
question?
I think it's like Ty said, Drew. I think Drake is who he is. Like, I don't think we're
Mm.
going to get much out of him outside of what he's already done.
Can
Like,
I
and
ask
what
one
he's offering
question,
to you.
Drew?
Yeah.
'Cause
Go
I hear
ahead.
that, and I don't even disagree with that. But at the same time, when we listen to Bully, I don't know if you wanted that type of depth from Kanye and his next project. You just was looking for the next project. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. So
I'll
again,
listen to Drake still. I'll listen to the next project he makes.
no, I'm just
but
saying. I think it depends on how you view an artist, and I don't know, because if you don't like the
Bully to
flex
me,
bars,
the bar was so low with him. That's like me
but
and Gerard
that
were kind of talking about this with Drake too. The bar was kind of low. I shouldn't say low. Like, a lot of fans for Drake who were already fans, what was on this album they were gonna like. You know,
I agree with
no matter what was on it. Bully for me, he was so in the depths with his last 3 albums before that. Like, I'm just glad to hear a return to something. You know,
and that's the thing. Like, you appreciated that return to an old sound, but I will say, Gerard said we was giving him a lot of kudos for some basic level shit. So
Kanye. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, and
I
I
agree.
will say Gerard was very consistent. So that's what allowed me. And when Gerard pointed out the game as being an artist, when I'm like, bro, Drake's the only artist you do. He's like, no, I have other artists. Like, so I can say there was a consistency there when it came from Kanye and Drake from Gerard, where I feel when we were talking about Bully, you're like, bro, I'm looking forward to the next project. But you didn't necessarily have things you wanted or needed to hear on the next project. You just were looking forward to it. So I don't see, I guess, Drake fans having that same energy where it's like you hear rumors of another project with a conductor, full project. Like, in my mind, I still would like to see a What a Time to Be Alive 2, which hopefully don't sound like what we got from Drake and Future on the song on the
Man.
album, but like, I don't have this. I would love to hear that depth from Drake when it comes from fatherhood and X, Y, and Z, but if it doesn't happen, I'm more so aligned with Gerard, where it's like, I think this is the Drake we're going to get. Like, this is year 20, 21, 22 with Bron. I really don't expect or need that much of a difference, I guess, as a Drake fan.
That's so. I was texting Gerard that on the side too. I was like, if that's the case, then with Drake, I shouldn't expect anything better than a 6 as far as a rating goes on an album. Because if he's
Well,
gonna give me the same shit,
What would he? Okay, if he released a concise album and it was structured in a way where it talked about fatherhood and X, Y, and Z, but
not all fatherhood, just it's tough to
because
say.
I think this honestly, Drew, is the same. This is the closest you're going to get to an album that focused on rap. Like you saw, he had the other two projects, but like I looked at those projects the same way I looked at Tyler the Creator when he dropped that dance album on a Monday. Like, I thought it was for fun, and I think again a lot of people have forgotten how to have fun, how to enjoy certain things. But like, I don't look at those the same way I looked at Iceman. But one thing I appreciate about Iceman with the album dropping, it made sense of all the lead up or the build up to the album. And I had wanted to see a intentional, I guess, rollout from Drake. I didn't understand it throughout the process, but when the album dropped and you saw it, the driving the truck, the $1 million spent on the ice blocks, like I wanted to see a traditional like the clips. You're meeting with the press. You're getting pushback. You're meeting and interviewing with people that didn't necessarily love the album. They're able to talk to you about it. You're able to discuss that. But I do appreciate the fact that there was some type of a rollout.
Yeah,
Again,
I appreciate that too.
and I
I
don't
I'll
know.
stand with you on that one. Yeah, I didn't like the rollout, but like you said, I appreciate the effort put into it. So yeah, I agree with
Like,
you.
that's the thing. Like, I think it got to a point where it's like Drake is money grabbing or just trying to trace the charts. It's like
He
I
was
saw
for a
attention
minute.
He was.
Yeah.
Tootsie Slide. I'll give you that. I'll never
Yeah,
argue that.
there's more quality and content in this than his last 3 projects.
There's more intention in this. And I feel like there's more depth in what most of the people that listen to it and drop their initial responses. You're seeing a lot of people change their tune. But we've seen this with Drake in the past where it's like, let it age. But
But if
again,
he
we're in
takes
the
a
age.
step back from this, though, I feel like that could be catastrophic. Then you know,
I mean,
I
it
don't think
could,
so.
but like,
I don't think
no.
so.
I just
Mm.
at
Mm-mm.
this point, I think he is what he
He
is.
is
Like,
who
you
it
either
is.
like
Yeah,
him or you don't.
yeah,
But I think when you're at the top, you have these expectations, with justifiably so. But like, that's another thing when you're living in a moment. Nobody takes a step back and just appreciate, like I said, the longevity that the big three have given us in their prime. We don't appreciate that the way that we should from just a musical or art standpoint. It continues to be, what can we get? We want to see, whether even with J. Cole, he dropped the album, and I was saying to myself, I mean, I would have liked to see production. But at the end of the day, J.
Yeah.
Cole dropped the shit for his fans. And if they're happy, I think that's all that J. Cole wants. Like,
and you know that, and that's to lean on that point. B, I think that's the biggest takeaway I take from this whole thing because I am really happy for Drake fans because they got what they were looking for out of him. You know, whether from all three albums, like whether you like the Habib T, Made of Honor, or Iceman, like you got whatever Drake that you were looking for, and your point, like you said, from J. Cole fans, from Kendrick fans, like from Drake fans, they all got what they were looking for. I think the expectations that we have for Iceman, just from the timeline that I'm looking at, I think there was still like a disappointment a little bit because you know people the narrative that people set when it was like, oh, Drake needs some music for the clubs and stuff like that, and then you get the album, it was still feel like I just don't know if music is that influential now. You know, I think like the idea of who Drake is, like the person, and like I think that captures people more. That's why he goes on streaming and stuff to build a narrative. But when the album dropped, I didn't see that much excitement about just listening and enjoying the music. It was more about setting a narrative. Like, oh yeah, Iceman back. Fuck all you Kendrick fans. And
Mhm.
it's like y'all supposed to be happy y'all got an album.
yes,
And not
bro.
just one, y'all got three.
That was my
You
main
see,
thing I was upset
yeah,
about.
like
Nobody
so
was talking about what was on the album.
right, right. And so that was the
Well,
thing that like that frustrated me a little bit, you know, just as a music fan, that it the narrative shifted from just people enjoying like, yo, my favorite artist releasing the album. I'm so happy that we got an album. No, it didn't go to that. It was like, all right, now it's time to go back at this other fan base because now our person is out. And it's like, why are y'all thinking about that other man? He not
yeah.
like
And that
enjoy the
goes back
music.
to enjoying the music. That goes back to, you can enjoy the music of multiple artists even if they're beefing and not
Yeah,
have to pick a side. Like, seeing the jokes about Kendrick fans like not wanting to enjoy certain parts of Drake's album. It's like, bro, you can be a Kendrick fan and admit at the same time that something Drake dropped is nice. Like, almost like this allegiance where
yeah,
you are unable to like enjoy anything on the other side. It's like, bro, we not in the trenches. Like,
right.
I fuck with Kendrick, I fuck with J. Cole. Like you said, getting back to enjoying the art, like
Yeah.
talking about the music, like you said, it's almost as a Drake fan, you have to send a shot at Ken. It's like, bro, I'm glad that my nigga dropped an album. I
That's what it's
listened to
about.
the other two albums
Yeah.
once. I'm not sitting here getting angry and saying, oh, he dropped. No, like, ultimately, he did what a lot of people have been asking for. And instead of putting everything on one project, you split it up. Okay, you don't want to listen to Drake rap? Here you go. Listen to this other album. Like, for all my people listening for bars and want to hear that, listen to Iceman, which again is the meat and potatoes and was my focus. Anything else, bro, that's just extra love for the fans. That's the same shit he teased with the plot twist, bro. Like, it's just finalized and as an official project, I guess. But how are we so angry and people is producing art for us to enjoy? Like, rap
Yeah.
was in a little bit of lull. Like, I
Yeah.
appreciate how social media is in a frenzy, both good and bad. Like, that's what music is supposed to be about, the community, the discourse. Like, so I don't know how we get back to that or if we even can, but
Yeah. Yeah.
like, damn, can we enjoy the music? Like, you don't have to rush listening to hate and give some opinion. Like, let's sit with it a little bit. Let's
Yeah.
just see how it grows, like how it ages. But I don't know, maybe we too far gone because
I think so. Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty sure we are.
now we
Like,
get to the point because we didn't talked about this ad nauseum. What did you rate it? Be like, what did you rate?
honestly, and when you had posted, I think, what was that? Complex, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pitchfork
Drake-
made it 4.8, and
Bro,
Complex
that's
made
the
the
thing.
list.
Like, to me, I still think it's too early. I've listened to the album probably 6, 7, 8 times. Like, the album continues to get better to me. Offhand, I'd probably give it, I don't know, 8.5, 8.9. But I can
So it'll
see
be in
that
your top 5 Drake albums.
I do. I think it'll
Okay.
continue, like, very similar to Certified Lover Boy. I know I keep going back to that, but, like, you know me, I always love Take Care. Certified Lover Boy, I think, aged very well. I think Iceman will continue to age very well. Like, and I just appreciate that for what it is. Like, I don't need it, and I hate even Drake stands. This shit, there's no way I could ever listen to an album and in a week say it's a classic, bro. Like, that's unfair to the art. I'm gonna see how it. Maybe I could listen to this project again in 2 months, and it ain't hitting like that. But guess what? I done already put out there. It's a fucking classic. Like, I don't need to rush and do that. Like, a
Right.
classic, you have to take over time. So I think it has very good potential. I think it has one of the best Drake songs. Like I said, would Make Them Pay, that I appreciate, and I think it aged very well. But could it be a classic? Possibly. But I like the album's been out what, a little over a week.
Yeah.
I can. It's not fair for me. Like, I'm never gonna come on here and say, "Damn, that shit was a classic." Like, no. Like, even the clips as that age is like, keep going back to it. I keep
Yeah.
fucking with these songs. Like, so ultimately, I didn't have a grade, but if I have to give one on the spot, I would say 8.5, 8.9, somewhere within that range. But I'm glad. It seems like he got away from the gimmicks. He got away from the features. He got away from the playlist structure. He got away from all the shit that people was like, and got back to similar energy where you got the CLB or the views, the nothing was the same. Like, there's intention behind it we haven't seen in a long time. And I told y'all when we reviewed some sexy songs for you, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted some introspection. So I'm happy, bro. And like, I love going out and you hear certain songs or you see the memes and like, fun ultimately is what I enjoy, and I feel like we got this, and I can't be
Yeah.
mad about that.
That's
Now
what's
let's
up.
talk about how shit Habib T and May of Honor are. No.
Well, I will be honest, Drew. I literally only listened to those albums once, and I wasn't listening from like again, he surprised us with these albums. So I very much, like I said before, I viewed it like I did with the Tyler the Creator album when he dropped on a Monday. Like, this is cool. There's a few songs I'll probably go back and listen to. I think in the summer some might age better, but like, I don't feel passionate enough about either one of those other projects to be like, this is absolute
To
shit.
even talk about them.
I think it was just something fun to be like, bro, he dropped and it is what it is. Like, I only listened once. And I heard some okay songs. I heard some songs where it's like, I mean, this shit is trash, but I don't see how that could be, or I don't see how one could be passionate enough about those to give one take or another. So,
Man, I've seen people saying Maid of Honor is a classic. I'm like, yeah, I don't. Your ears are fucked then. If you
bro,
think
it's
so,
been a
like,
week. Like, how is anything going to be a class? That's why I keep saying, bro, like, I don't know.
Habibti to me just sounds like a bunch of shit that didn't make some sexy songs for you.
That's
It
the
just-
R&B
yeah.
project, right?
And the Maid of Honor is like the dance, like drag show music.
I know I'm going to say this, and people hear it and it's like, oh, they like, I think it legitimately was, quote unquote, a lot of throwaways.
But yeah, for
But
sure.
not throwaways in like, oh, that's just going to be some bullshit, but like, hey, I didn't have a project for these necessarily. Put them together and let me see what the fans think. But I wouldn't bother. There's a lot of people angry about this shit. And I'm like, bro, why? Like,
I'm
you listen
angry.
to it, you move on. Okay, like, it is what
I
it is.
just to me, there's just zero quality on those. That's why I'm angry.
Which one did you hate more? I guess?
Maid of Honor, that one was just a mess altogether.
So off of Made in Honor, I added Road Trips, Outside Tweaking, and which one? But like, how long was the project? The project was 14 songs, 45 minutes. You know, I've only listened once. I'll probably go back and listen to it, but I wanted to give Iceman the attention to deserve. I didn't dive deep into the other ones. I really didn't care enough
Habib
to.
T, I listened to like 4 songs in a row, and I was just turned off. So then I skimmed it, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to hear this.
I added WNBA, Slap the City, High Fives, and Fourth Worth.
You
So
love
it's
it then.
Well, I just added 4 songs out of the 11,
Yeah.
but I mean, I could go without. Well, this was the one that had the low shimmy. I didn't add that.
Mm-hmm.
The Sexy Red. I think
Man.
Sexy Red.
I think that gimmick's over.
Drew, you know, we don't agree on everything when it comes to Drake. Well, like I told you, You want to know Iceman? We only had the hook from
Mm-hmm.
21. I'm okay if we have all that we've gotten from the Sexy Red and Drake combo.
It needs
Like
to be over because
the Cha Cha slide, I'm like, bro,
man, that
what?
shit was garbage.
How fuck Drake? Did you have a Quaalude where y'all was putting that shit together? Like, was that another one? Yeah, I think I'm over that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Yeah.
think I'm over that. But yeah, that's all I added
Yeah,
off those albums.
I'll say
But
to wrap up then, I'm glad he was rapping more on this album. I wish personally, and Gerard and I have talked about this for years, that we could just sit down and pick the best 13, 14 songs that should be on this album. There is about 6 or 7 to me personally. I'm like, yeah, you could do without these. And then some that are just okay to me. Like, I feel like in his vault while he was making this album, he may have had a couple others that may have fit a little better with the whole theme. Um, it was good. It was good. It wasn't great. I'm not going to call it a classic. I'm not going to say it's dog shit. To me, the bottom of the barrel for me as a person who's listened to Drake forever is For All the Dogs. I think that was just an absolute mess of like the direction he wanted to go in his career, the sound he wanted, the structure of how it was put together, the beats and everything. I was just that's bottom of the barrel. So when I heard this, I'm like, oh yeah, there's actually some time and quality put into like the structure of it, like everything about it. I
yeah,
just wish some were left out, especially Little Birdie. Like,
no, I agree. I think there could
I,
have been
I like hearing bars that like I was talking about the one like stargazing like little leaguers. I thought that's a great line. Like shit that may go over your head the first time, and when you re-listen, you're like, it's clever. I like
yeah.
that Drake. I miss that Drake with a lot of shit. The hype shit we got with What a Time to Be Alive, and If You're Reading This, I yearn for those days. I wish something like that would come back into full force because I think that's where he thrives. And like the first half of a Scorpion too. I think that's absolutely incredible. So
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I wish we could get something like that. That's what I'm anticipating for a next project or something that I could say would be to me an 8, 9, or possibly a 10.
I think, like I said, there's been teases of releasing a full project with Conductor.
If he did,
Uh,
I'd be day one listening. I'd be listening at midnight.
he kind of teased it too. He said the song with Conductor, how they've been locked in, but I'm keeping my hopes open for What a Time to Be Alive 2. I would
Hmm.
love to see him and Future locked in the studio and producing like a
And
10.
I think it's just those two that I'd want to hear a collab from. I'm kind of done with the other, like the
21
21
Savage.
Savage. That was a mess. There was a
I mean,
couple good
21
songs on there,
Savage.
but
21 Savage, I would love to have discussion when it comes to his career because I think he's at a very interesting
man,
point. The
yeah.
last project didn't do well. Like I said, he's on the hook of the Drake album, but not necessarily like a collab
Hmm.
song. I think whatever he drops next, I think people are really looking for.
Could be a breaking point for his career.
Has he tapped out?
Yeah.
Has he maximized? Like where does he
Hmm.
go from here? And if
Next
he
21
has,
Savage album is gonna be a classic. He just had a
You
baby. He
think?
needs some money.
hey, I hope so because I didn't
Okay.
even listen to the last one, but
Mm.
y'all listened to it,
It
and
was
based
rough.
on y'all review and the song I heard with him and Drake, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm really not really, not really in a rush to listen to this. So maybe I'll go back one of these days. But no, Drew. To be honest, Drew, I appreciated this discourse because I saw your tweet when you talked about the auto tune, and I saw the text when I woke up when the 3
Triggered.
albums dropped.
He got
Man.
triggered.
I'm
He
like,
got
I
triggered.
already know what
Yeah,
Drew's gonna say about this.
It's when I
shit.
got to Little Birdie, I'm like, this shit is trash.
Like, bro, I'm like, man, Drew, I was excited. He said he's gonna listen to it, and I just see he going in. I'm like, well, hey, but like, I legitimately can hear the things you appreciated from the album, and
It took
that's
2 listens for sure. I had to listen. Like I said, I finished it yesterday for the second time fully through, and I definitely heard things I like more than the first listen. The first listen, I was in the car, I was on the way like to a job, and then to like pick something else up. So I was like, I was listening, but I was more listening for like the energy and the beats.
yeah,
But this is more lyrical than other shit he's had.
bro. I like when hip hop is buzzing, like when people are talking good or bad about a project, when people are
Hmm.
mass listening to something to actually discuss it. So I'm looking forward to what the rest of the year brings us because we've gotten the ASAP album, we've gotten the J Cole album, we've gotten Drake.
Kanye.
Kanye, what does the rest of the year bring us, man? I'm excited for it. But no, I genuinely enjoyed that Discourse.
Mm-hmm.
The only other album I listened to was the Bernard album I mentioned, Gerard stumbled upon. What was it? Make sure I get the right name. Duran, yes, Duran by so Undivided, Homesick, and Sugar Family all was fire. That album was fire. Definitely gave me vibes of K Tornado, which you even looked and was like, did he produce any of this? But apparently he didn't. But I hear a lot of influence from that. Let me see. I
He
thought
does a lot of work with K Tronada though, so it's definitely influenced. Yeah,
you can hear it.
because
Like
yeah,
even I didn't mention he got Waiting with Big Sean. I
yeah,
liked
I like that.
I wasn't expecting Vic Mensa's verse wasn't what I expected, but also it
Right.
wasn't bad at the same time. If that makes
Yeah,
any sense. And then he's got the song with Khaled, Soft. Drew, I would love to know what you would think about this. This is legitimate. I think
What is it?
it's called Bernard by Duran Bernard.
I don't.
It's an R&B and soul album, but
Let's
it's
see.
like movement beats at the same time. It's
yeah,
like it's a
yeah.
lot of
It's
energy
like
in these.
he does like house R and
Oh,
B
that's the one you
dance
sent in the
fusion.
chat. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
add it right now then.
Altogether, what is it? 17 songs, an hour and 7 minutes. But like, it's not one of those albums where towards the end you're like, all right, how much more? Like, it's got some dance music, like it's got legitimate R&B on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you really fuck with it. But altogether, I really like that project, and I'll be looking out for his work as well. But no, that's the only really music I've listened to.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure I haven't missed anything else. But have y'all listened to anything?
I listened to what Gerard recommended last time, that Trap Dicky, the Ville album, the new TDE artist. I really like him. He's got a nice sound for
yeah. He
a new
does.
artist, you know, someone
Yeah,
I've never heard before. I like it. What was the one I sent you, Gerard? Sliding. I think that track is
yeah,
absolutely fire.
yeah. I fuck
I
with
like
that
the
song
one
too.
with Big X the Plug, No Love. I
That's
thought
my
that was
shit.
great.
That's my shit. Yeah.
The Baby's great, as
The
redundant
baby
as he can
smoked
be,
his
but
yeah. He
he's
smoked
fire
his
on it.
feature. Yeah.
The one with OJ I thought was just okay. LA Nights I like, and then New Philly I liked a lot too.
I
So
really
yeah,
like LA Nights. Yeah.
it's
LA
a
Nights is
good
good.
album, especially if you're looking for kind of like a southern
Like
cross
yeah, if you're
cross
looking for a
you know.
new voice, like a breath
Yeah.
of fresh air,
Yep.
I think I like him. You know, and I
Yeah.
think he has a future. Like so
Mm-hmm.
check it out for
Yeah.
sure.
That's all I listen to, just that and Drake.
Bet. Well, yeah, I really didn't
Listen
listen
to
too much either.
what did I listen to? Giveon had his deluxe album Beloved dropped. He has Keeper with Teddy Swims, fire. Fool Me Once with Leon Thomas, fire. And then another song he got Jezebel. So all of those is fire. He released 5 new songs. So out of the 5, I like 4 of them. So it was a good album.
Uh, Bro,
Listen.
how did he structure? Was it the regular album and then these at the tail end?
No, these in the front and then the regular album after. So the first 5 is new. Yep.
Might have to check that
Um,
out.
I listened to Black's new album, Love is the New Gangster. I got to give it another run.
I heard it was good.
Yeah, it is good, but I didn't listen to it like I should have. So like I got to give it another. I was driving, so it was kind of just like playing as I was moving around. So, but from what I heard, the stuff that I heard, it was pretty good. Like so,
He also
and
had a Q&A on his Twitter, and I saw Brian aka Z, he posted like how every artist should at some point kind of try to strive to do something like that. It doesn't
yeah,
cost artists much, and it helps more, I guess, tell the story you were looking to tell or
yeah,
explain the story you're looking to tell on your album. So I want to give kudos to Black for doing that, because I saw that. I don't know what he commented on, but it's something simple: engaging with your fans, again, the community, the
yeah.
discourse of the music. So I haven't heard the album, but so far I haven't heard anybody really
Yeah.
say anything bad about it. So I'll go check it
No,
out.
from first listen, it's good. It's a good R&B album from first listen. But like with R&B albums, I like to give them more time because it's more that goes into it than just like rapping and shit like that. So I'm gonna listen to it again. But from my first listen, it caught my attention. It's good.
Nice.
And if you're looking for another R&B album, I listened to an artist named Tone Stith. he has an album called The Edge, and that was really good as well. So I was basically listening to more R&B shit over the past week. So
But what was the last actual? I see EPs, but like this isn't Black's first album since East Atlanta Love Letter, is it?
yeah, it is album. Yeah, yeah,
Because I'm seeing all these EPs and all this other stuff, but wow, okay, so
yeah,
8 years. I'm gonna have to check that out.
yeah. He, like I said, like you said, he's been releasing little stuff, but full length. This is his first full length since East Atlanta Love Letter. I believe so.
And this is the first time on the pod we haven't called him Six Lack.
Bro, Drew took everything I had. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Gerard said last time it's just Black. I'm not gonna sit here and read this thing. I'm just gonna
It's
say
just
Black.
the
'Cause I wanna be
trickiest
respectful.
artist name in history.
Bro, I want to be respectful, but that shit definitely still stumbled me, Drew. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Gerard just said Black, so I'm gonna just say Black. And if he correct me, he gonna have to correct me again.
Yeah.
But
No, he released an album in 2023 called Since I Have a Lover. So I don't feel like I heard this one. So
There you go.
yeah, I might have to listen to it. So yeah. So first album since 2023.
yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out. But that's all I've listened to. As far as watching, has been mostly playoffs before I fall asleep in the fourth
Man.
quarter.
I wish I could talk about those games.
Bro. Like, I mean, we could talk about the Pistons, I guess, because the season has come to a close. Bittersweet.
Yeah.
I still can watch playoffs, but ultimately, if you watch the Eastern Conference Final Series, it's like, bro, there's another universe where the Pistons clearly could be right here playing.
Yep.
And then you see the Cavs not making threes like they were against us.
I mean, they only shot 80 more free throws than we did, so.
Bro, when you look, I literally looked at the box score for the last game between the Knicks and Cleveland. And I think both teams were shooting like either 20 or 30% from three. Only one team made double-digit three-pointers. Like, everything we got smashed or demolished by, even with the Knicks looking excellent in offense as they have, they still not just like burying a bunch of threes like the Pistons did tonight. Where it's like, bro, how would the Pistons have fared against the Knicks? Like, mind you, I'm well
We
aware
would be
got
looking like
blasted
the Spurs and the Thunder. It would
Bro,
be
we
the
got
same type of
blasted by
series.
30. Like, we have a top 3 defensive unit. Like, everything that plays to the Pistons' strengths, I would have loved to see that series versus the Knicks. And again, I know they're rolling. I don't want to take anything away from the Cavs, but it's hard to watch James Harden get picked on for a full game.
Man.
And you sitting there, it's like, bro, we couldn't even do this because all they did was pack the paint. So, like, even if you got past James Harden, we'd have had to hit some shots. And it's like, fuck, man. Like, the Pistons, there's a reality where the Pistons could have been in the Eastern Conference
you
Finals.
know, what I'm watching from the Knicks that, makes more sense after Trajan Langdon's press conference is they have more playmakers that can swing the ball.
Yeah.
Because if Cade or Asar not moving the ball gets stuck. We can't score. Yeah.
Settle for some
The Knicks
shot.
the Cavs tried to pack the paint on the Knicks, and then obviously Cat can shoot the three, so like it opens up as more spacing. But they swing the ball, and the Cavs look stupid, right?
Yeah.
So
and Mike Brown, I want to give him credit because I know most people feel like he's indifferent or X, Y, and Z, but he is coaching his ass off based on these little strategic plays, such as keeping Mitchell Robinson in the game so they can get in the bonus, and then taking advantage of that, like playing two bigs at the same time, which some teams don't ever do that. But like you said, I feel like the offense isn't just watch Brunson pat and do his thing. Like, the ball's moving. You see Bridges now making shots, OG making shots. And it's like, damn, like, if your third and fourth option potentially are having the impact, like, what more can you ask for? You even mentioned Gerard Landry Shamet, like, coming off the bench, making an impact. Like, everybody's playing their role, but you can see you have to do more than the basics come playoffs. Like, I'm sure Cleveland was watching film, thought, oh, we can just do this, and everything they thought they could do hasn't worked. So I love seeing that. And then I think a big thing, too, when you have, shout out to K, getting the first team NBA, when your best player is playing just as hard on defense as he plays on offense, the whole team knows we can't take no fucking plays off. If y'all seen that play where, who was it? somebody went around the entire. Was it Brunson?
Yeah.
Basically, it looked like Cleveland as a defensive team just gave up. Like
No, he ran
Yeah.
past them. Like he
Yeah.
ran
ran
past them and went and
past. You
got a
can
layup.
see
Yeah.
Harden and Donovan
Bro.
Mitchell are just like trusting the next guy to
Yeah.
step up, not even trying to fight through screens. It's like y'all realize this is a step before the NBA Finals. Like this
Right.
is the effort y'all giving. Like,
Bro,
you
I
don't
saw
need
one
to-
of it was who was it? The Knicks were on offense, and there were 2 offensive rebounds, and the whole time Harden could have had 3 steals on the play, and all he's doing is just barely shuffling his feet
literally
side to
reaching
side,
out from the paint
hands
zone.
down. Yeah, yeah. You
It's
saw
like,
that?
wait,
Like,
this is, mind you,
where was
Harden
that against us?
Harden got blessed because if you remember his games, was it Game 7 against
Again
us?
in Houston, or no, that one. Yeah. I
No,
thought
against
you meant
us.
Houston.
He
Yeah.
had like 9 points where you could see
Yeah.
Cleveland was trying.
Yep.
Here, we go in this game. We up by 30, but James, we want your stats to look a
Man.
little better.
Yeah,
We don't want
yep.
you to look shitty. And now he got blessed with this opportunity. You still
Yep.
come out looking just as ass. Like, mind you, again, if you win this series, you get to the finals. Like, bro, just to see the lack of effort by some of these dudes,
Yeah.
and it's like Donovan Mitchell's about to be up for a contract. You know he can score, but when he's not scoring, what does he truly do for you?
Nothing.
Where he gonna be looking for 50, 60 mil? It's like, bro, like, so that's why again I appreciate the Cade Cunninghams, the even Shea. How you feel about him if he flops or not? He plays just as hard on
He
defense.
played
as he
defense.
does on
Yeah,
offense,
he played
bro.
defense.
Like,
So
Wemby just as hard on defense. I mean, he 8'5".
I know we didn't have a shot at him, but I really wish we threw a bunch of money at Jaylen Brown when he was a free agent. Like, I think
Jalen Brunson.
Jaylen Brown when before he re-signed with the Celtics, dude. I thought
yeah.
he would have been such a nice
Yeah.
fit to go with
I
Cade.
don't know if they would have ever legitimately let. Like, I don't think he got a chance.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he had the opportunity, but it would have been nice just to maybe stick our paw in there and so
Bro, honestly, when you see Brunson, and remember at one point he was off the bench for Luka, and they was about to re-sign him.
Absolutely
And,
insane.
bro, you see what he's doing with the Knicks. I saw somebody telling kids that they was like under 6'2" to watch his film,
no.
and I saw somebody quote that, and they're like, "Bro,
Yeah.
don't study his film. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to fucking.
You're
do
not
this
gonna be
shit.
able to do
I'm sorry.
that,
Like,
right? Yeah.
he basically was formed in a lab by his dad, teaching
Yeah.
him since he was young. Like,
Yeah.
bro, when he doesn't flop, because that shit annoys me, but when you really watch him get buckets, it's like, bro, this motherfucker might be 5'10", shooting over people that's 6'5", 6'7", and like, you can just see he practiced the shit, bro. Like, man, he's gifted. He is.
Oh, he was dope at Villanova too.
Bro, and he's so talented where he don't need to flop in, and I want to actually discuss. I don't know what the NBA. I guess it comes down to, like you said, Gerard, the refs enforcing rules that was put in place.
Yeah.
Yep.
But goddamn, something got to be done, dog.
Yeah.
Like, are we waiting to see who's the better actor, or are we trying to see who's the better hooper? Like,
But no, refs got to be better. They can't keep getting fooled by that shit. Like,
No.
the officiating this playoffs has been awful. Like,
Yeah,
it's been terrible.
I agree.
And I like they need to get written up or something. Maybe they need fines or something because they can't keep letting shit skate like that. I seen a foul yesterday with SGA. De'Aaron Fox got called for a foul, never touched him.
Yep.
Ref put up the thing. I was like, bro, you didn't even look. You just saw him flail and just call out the foul.
and
Like,
even with, like, I understand if you pump fake and a guy jumps towards you, you can go through your shooting motion and
Yes.
that'd be a foul. But
like you jumping into them.
when you're
is
jumping into
crazy.
him, like, a man should be allowed
Like-
to jump straight up and down. Like, who was it? Was it Keldon Johnson, I think, maybe?
Yeah.
Somebody contested, and they landed in their own space. SGA leans into them, and at that point, that's not a natural.
That's an
shooting
offensive
motion.
foul.
Harden
Offensive
too.
Foul. Like, there was a brief stretch where the refs was calling it appropriately years back, but, like, I'm legitimately thinking, I don't think $10,000 fine is enough to get these guys to really, like, that's not going to stop it. But if you're calling offensive foul where it's like, okay, you try to draw the foul, it's an offensive foul, now the other team gets rewarded for the ball, you would see that shit stop, bro. Like,
Yeah.
even the James Harden kick out. You're
Man.
you're not doing your usual shooting form. You're literally doing the Reggie Miller, kicking your legs out, looking for contact. Like, at what point? That's not basketball, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so I would love to see that nipped in the bud. But I will say, I think it's super hype how great this OKC and Spurs series is.
Mhm.
I'm hoping we get a decade of this somewhere down the line. But, like, bro, basketball is in a great. And when you get outside of the flopping, basketball is truly in a great spot. Like
Yeah,
we see
I'm just happy to
athletes.
watch the Spurs and the OKC because you can see how OKC flopping and fouling the shit out of them,
Yep.
and the Spurs is still whooping ass. Like he was like, it ain't much you could do about it. Like so,
There was
No,
that
bro,
possession from last night where Castle was just stripping SGA on like multiple possessions.
yeah,
Just
bro,
going after him. I love it.
like I forget who it was, but was it Joe Johnson maybe? Like Wemby's gonna get the accolades and Wemby does his thing. He deserves all the credit he's getting. But like the Spurs as a team got some
yeah.
dogs. Like you
That
Yeah.
said,
team is
like
fire.
whether
Vassell,
it's Castle, whether it's you got a guy where you can bring Harper off the bench.
Harper off the bench,
The
yeah,
game where Fox was out, bro. You can see Harper plays like a vet. Like
Bro,
amazing.
Devin Vassal's fourth all time
Devin
in
Vassell.
on threes now, which is crazy. like
Like you,
Yeah.
that's literally like their seventh man, possibly
Yeah.
depending on what
Yep.
lineup they roll with. Where you got a guy like Keldon Johnson, like you got all these guys. There's one young-
Champagny, like
Yeah.
Champagny was in the
Who's-
G League 2 years ago, dog.
Crazy.
Like,
Bro, who's the young guy that looks
like-
like he might be 18 or 19 with the straight back Kawhi?
I know who you're
braids?
talking.
Bro. Like
I know who
you
you're
can
talking
go
about.
10 guys deep. Where OKC, same thing. You got Caruso playing out of his mind. You got who's the
Jared
they have, like,
McCain.
they have a McCain who they got for literally 2 second-round picks. Is it Carson Wallace? I think?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Case
Bro, they
Wallace,
got-
yeah.
They got so many guys, even Hardenstein, who we may start if you choose not
Man.
to start him. I admire the depth. Like you see OKC's bench. The previous game, I think it was game 3.
Oh yeah, they scored 78
Or-
points.
Like, bro, like what? Like averaging 60 points off the bench. Normally in the playoffs, you're shortening your rotation, so you get to see teams like OKC and the Spurs almost defying what we've seen all these years in basketball, where they could go 10 deep and the
Yeah.
starters don't look exhausted, like we saw ultimately with the Pistons.
Yep,
You
yeah.
see Shea able to get some rest because he's got guys. Again, going back to Gerard, your point about the playmakers or the ball handlers, like, bro,
Yeah.
it don't have to always be on SGA. Like, sure, in the
Yeah.
clutch, he'll have the ball, but like when Jalen Williams motherfucking hamstring ain't falling off the bone, another guy that can lead the offense, bro. Like, and then you got the other, I think is his name Jalen Williams too, Asian
Yeah,
dude.
yep.
Bro, having career games off like such a luxury, bro. Which
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of seen it at different points with the Pistons, but like legitimately, I guess depth and having other creators is the next step. So
That's the next step, yeah.
I'm excited about
Because
it.
watching the Spurs and watching the OKC Thunder, I was like, when people asking like asked Trajan, how do you feel about the Spurs? He was like, what, them having a 7'6" alien? He was like, no, I think y'all looking at Wemby, and yes, he's a great talent, but they have some
why, bro.
depth. Like that, everybody on their team can hoop. So, like watching them, like damn, like their fourth guy can come on the Pistons. I need them. Like,
Yep.
like
And that ball is moving. That ball don't ever get stuck. Like they still very much play like the Spurs basketball, where the ball
Yeah.
is whipping around the perimeter. Like you won't see too many bad contested shots. Like as a
Yeah.
team, they kind of look at each other like, bro, that ain't the type of ball we play. Like
nope.
we're playing to get a good shot, and on defense, you don't see nobody taking no motherfucking plays off on either side when it comes
Yeah.
to OKC and the Spurs, bro. Like if you're not playing defense, your ass on the bench. Like
Yeah.
you're just not gonna play. I love seeing
And
that.
talking about the rest that you're talking about, SGA, when like the Spurs put their bench in, he can come in with the rest of the bench and go get buckets. He
Yeah.
ain't got to worry about setting nobody up. He comes in that second quarter gunning, and I see how he averaged 30. You know, so
And even with Wemby, bro, like you could just throw him the ball in the post, and he's taller than most people. But I mean, he's around other people that know how to hoop. Like Stephen
Yeah.
Castle, depending on the game, if the jumper ain't working, guess what? I'm just gonna bully you to the fucking
yeah, I'm gonna
rim.
go to the rack.
Like there's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. Even during De'Aaron Fox came back, he able to get his ISO movement at certain times. Like Harper, like Vassell don't need too much room. He gonna get his FGAs. Like he gonna get his motherfucking shots up. He ain't gonna hesitate. And it's like, bro,
Yeah, he's shooting that bitch like
he's
every
shooting.
time.
Like the Spurs are loaded. Like yes, they have Wemby, but they got a lot of guys around them. Damn near the whole other 4 people in the lineup can shoot, bro. Where it's like.
Yeah.
You gonna have to double him, but at some point somebody's getting a good shot. So
Yeah.
and shout out to the Spurs coach. I don't think he gets enough credit when you're taking over for Popovich, like,
Yeah,
mind you, the
the big
team
shoes.
is good, but you can see he's able to lock in with Wemby. He's able to keep things going. He's able to keep a player like a Keldon Johnson who goes from starting to the bench. Now he's
Yeah.
thriving in his 6-man role. Like, there's a lot of mouths to feed in
Yeah.
San Antonio, and he's doing a great job keeping the guys motivated, keeping the main thing. So shout out to him, man. He is
Yeah.
coaching his
Yeah.
ass off. And there's a lot of great basketball to see. So
For
I don't
sure.
know.
We'll see if the Knicks get the sweep tonight.
They will. It's over.
I think so too.
Cleveland
I
damn near
think
looked like they gave up.
James
man.
Harden already booked his trip to Cancun. You know, like it's over.
Yeah. Nah, that motherfucker. Harden is gonna be one of them stories when everything is said and done. Great regular season player.
Yep.
I don't know, like, years moving forward, I think any great regular season player that is ass in the playoffs, Harden's always going to be that first example, bro. Like, I think it's pretty set in stone. Like,
Yeah.
Cleveland traded for him to be the number 2. Didn't need to do everything, but even now it's like, damn, bro, you can't even be the number 2 for a team. Are you more a 3 or 4? Like, James, what really can you give us if you ain't playing defense?
Yeah.
You ain't hitting your threes no more. Like,
Nah, I was really mad. They really like did all of that to get out the second round against us to look like
Yeah.
shit against the Knicks, bro.
Yep.
Like that.
No,
Yeah, that
they-
pissed me off.
bro, I'm seeing all these role players. Motherfuckers ain't hitting threes like they was against us.
Ain't hit
It's
no
like,
shots. Yeah.
Seeing Dennis Schroeder
Niggas having
now,
career games against us, boy.
Nah, that's that bullshit. But hey,
Yeah.
such is life. Other than that, I only think I have one other note, which was since we last recorded, Kevin McGonigal became the first player in Tigers history with at least 45 hits and 24 walks in his first 40 big league games. Only the second Tiger in franchise history, aged 21 years or younger, to tally 45 hits in his first 40 major league games, joining Travis Fryman. I'm sure y'all remember him, who had 47 hits in his first 40 major league games in 1990.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
The Tigers are struggling right now, whether injuries or just general play.
It's not even fun.
Kevin, I can say McGonigal looks like a legitimate superstar. So I don't know what the future holds, but shout out to him, man. He about the only Tiger right now. People are tuning in to consistently watch, especially with school.
We are ass. My God.
8-game losing streak, like bottom 3 offense in the league. Motherfucking relief pitchers coming in, giving the games away. It's ugly right now. It's real ugly right now.
We won last night, but Jesus Christ.
And a doubleheader, shit, they gave the first game away, man. Rough times right now, but
rough times, right?
that's all that I got. Did you guys have anything else y'all want to add?
Not for real.
Marshall Mathers LP turned 26 years old yesterday. How's it? I feel very old.
Yeah, no, that seems to be a common theme these days, man.
Yep.
Lord, well, on that note, this has been another episode of Two Hip Hop Senseis and the Casual. Until the next time, man, y'all be easy.
Why?
Take care. Good pod.
Good pod indeed. Enjoy the holiday, everybody.
You too,
Yeah.
boys. Yeah. Eat some good